I feel the same way, John. Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 24, I think, of the Hudson and Brand campaign. Part 5 of the Eyes of a Stranger scenario. So, where we had left off, you guys had just woken up from that horrible dream that you had, in which you guys being Reuben, names have changed again. Reuben, Gerard, and August, or August, perhaps. I call him August, but I think you always say August. So, um, the dream in which you had gone back to the home of what's his face, the original Bidwell, John Bidwell, and basically ended up finding yourselves in some weird scenario where a portal was open and these alien worm-like creatures were coming into the earth, and you fought against Bidwell, and he kept changing shapes, changing into different people that he has, that you believe this alien entity has possessed, through the cube, etc. And the dream kind of ended with all three of you dying one way or another. But you woke up, it was just a dream, you're sweating. Any of the damage you took in the dream, of course, wasn't real, except for your sanity and luck damage. That still counts. That holds over. So it's like the wee hours of Friday morning. Um, you can try to go back to sleep if you like. Nobody would blame you. And then just try to get up at a normal time on Friday, the 18th of December. Unless anybody has anything else in mind after that nightmare. I'll leave it to you guys. What would you like to do?
I think August would stumble downstairs for a bracing shot of brandy, and yeah, depends if he meets anyone else.
Markham is definitely fast asleep, so you'll be helping yourself to that brandy. That's just no problem.
I think he'll manage. I'll roll survival.
No need. Ruben and Gerard, what do you guys do when you wake up from the dream?
I do believe the old cold water to the face and Reuben down the gut, or bourbon or something down the gullet would be good.
Mm.
Brandy, bourbon. It wouldn't be bourbon, would it? Brandy or gin?
Brandy and gin, yeah.
Port? I don't know.
As I recall, I think brandy was the most frequently
Whatever would be
offered.
open.
Brandy was the most frequently offered in your business.
Whatever's open and within reach.
So you can meet up with August as well in the kitchen, grabbing the brandy.
Yeah,
Gerard?
I can't. I can't see. Excuse me. I can't see anybody just going back to sleep after that. They have to
Right.
get up and do something,
So you will meet in the wee hours of the morning in the kitchen of the Hudson and Brand, offices. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
I guess Reuben will apply his long-tested, battle-weary bachelor skills and throw something together to eat, because I don't see him going back to sleep.
Well, gentlemen, what seems to be the problem? I say I'm probably loading a gun in the living room.
Fair.
Now, in the forgive the delay there, in the dream sequences, were we together? Do we interact together, or individually we dealt with our horrors?
I may or may not have shot you in the head.
Indeed, you did shoot him in the face and killed him. Now, in the dream, yeah, you did basically, like, this is completely meta knowledge, but it was a shared dream. You all were in the same dream experience at the same time, so all the actions that you took in the dream, you all remember the same way. You all have the exact same memory of the dream. There we go. There's my other.
I'm assuming we don't have to discuss that to even know that we did all have the same dreams.
Yeah.
Well, you might recognize the haggard looks on each other's faces. I don't know. Yeah, but you might share a knowing glance over a glass of brandy.
Yeah, I think August is like cleaning and reloading his Webley with a brandy next to him, and when he looks up and sees Ruben enter with his drink, yeah, he'll say that. But he'll kind of be a bit shocked as he remembers shooting Ruben in the head in the dream as well.
Yeah,
And
but you definitely remember doing that. Although you didn't have control of your body at that time. You
yeah,
remember being basically like sat in the corner of your own consciousness as something else had taken over and pushed you out.
yeah.
You know,
Some difficulty
awkward.
sleeping this eve.
Gerard will take a drink and he'll look over at August and say, well, you look pretty good for somebody that I knocked off the second story stairs.
Oh, that's chilling because yeah, you have the same memory as well. At this point now, you definitely all know you've shared the same dream. So I'd like sanity rolls, please.
Fail. Ruben failed.
I heard you, no problem at all. Just waiting
Sorry.
for.
Success, 69.
All right. August takes it in stride. How about you, Gerard?
Was muted. I rolled a 17. I have 16 sanity.
Okay, cool. So Gerard and August don't lose any more sanity. Ruben, however, you do lose a point of sanity as you specifically remember looking, at August as he drew a pistol and shot you in the face in your dream.
And is sitting there currently loading a pistol.
That's true. Yes, loading a weapon
Fair,
at the moment.
fair enough.
And quick question, gentlemen. Now I know from the math that Gerard has not yet, but did August or Ruben lose enough sanity to put themselves in the realm of,
Yes.
that 20% threshold? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay. You're going to have an underlying ongoing.
He went from 45
Mhm.
to 32, and then just currently this very second went to 31.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. So even before this most recent loss, you would have an underlying insanity. It's going to probably manifest in the form of some kind of a phobia or mania. Do you have anything in mind that you would think that you would enjoy role playing for your character, and that would make sense given the circumstances, etc.?
Let me
Otherwise,
see if
we can
already.
consult a D100 chart, but sometimes the effects are very random.
He doesn't have anything underlying that I can see, so probably. How about something to deal with his budding relationship that he thinks that he's going to go in a paranoid direction with that?
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So you have I don't know a term for it, but let's just say you have an insanity affecting a certain degree of jealousy and suspicion regarding your relationship with
With the boy. Definitely got to get rid of the boy now. That's that.
the son.
He was already working on it. He's going to make it happen.
Whew. Wow.
Mm-hmm. He's a little creeper anyway.
The boy?
The boy, the creeper that kills animals.
Yeah, that's her son, for crying out loud.
Yeah, he's a creeper.
What's her name? Forby. I know the surname. What was her first name? Your girlfriend?
Let me see here.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, George was the son. I can't remember the mother's name. Oh well.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
Anyway, so yes, now you take another point of sanity loss, of course, as Gerard mentions knocking August off the balcony, or the banister, I should say, over the banister. So roll a d10 for me because you are already indefinitely insane. So you no longer get to resist bouts of madness. They just happen every time you lose sanity.
Nice. D10. All right. I got a 7.
A 7, you are compelled to flee in panic for the next round. So actually, since it was a sanity loss, I get to take control of your character for a round anyway. So you drop your glass, it shatters on the ground. Reuben turns, he turns like bleach white and kind of gasps and turns and flees out of the kitchen into whatever the next room is from the kitchen. Let me check the map there. So going from the, oh God, that's really small on my end. So yeah, he starts to flee towards the kind of making his way to the foyer, not the foyer, the parlor before he regains himself and stops and is breathing heavily in the parlor. Now, if you guys pursued him or not, it's up to you. You were in the kitchen, but you just saw him, drop his glass, gasp, and run out of the kitchen. Carry on.
Oh, I will follow him because he is a bit of a mentor, to
Hmm.
Gerard.
Okay.
August will jump to his feet and pursue him. Maybe realizing a few seconds later he's chasing after him with a gun in his hand, and shove that into his pocket,
Right.
and call out, "Reuben, oh boy, it was just a dream, Reuben. Perhaps some kind of mesmeric suggestion."
You've regained
When
yourself. It was only one round of madness, but yes.
Reuben will keep his back to them, he will straighten out his jacket and turn and say, "You can only die so many times in a dream before it starts to affect you."
Has this happened before, old chap?
Too many times to count. Let's get back to those sandwiches, gentlemen.
The fortifying act of making a sandwich.
Yeah, sandwiches and brandy, and you probably clean up the broken glass and spilled brandy on the floor. I imagine, unless you want to leave it for
No,
Markham in the morning.
No, absolutely not. Markham works hard enough.
And yeah, you can basically easily share the fact that you now know for sure you all had the same dream. So
the
I'm,
question
I'm
is, gentlemen, what does this all mean?
It means I'm seriously reconsidering my leaving the art acquisition career path.
Yes. This agency of yours is not without its challenges.
So, not to bring back all of our terrible memories we had of that dream, but there has to be clues in there that may be helpful to us.
Well,
I'm
my friends, I can tell you that attempting to seize hold of that cube quite defeated my will. I was utterly subjugated, became a puppet to the whims of some alien mind who directed my actions.
in, in
Belgrave,
my
if you would like to join the gathering in the kitchen, we could easily say that the sound of the breaking glass and somebody running out of the kitchen could have woken you.
Of course. So I will lever myself out of bed when I hear the breaking glass and work my way down there.
I would say that perhaps we could be prepared for this cube if and when we ever find it. Maybe there's some way we could oh, I don't know, squirrel it away somehow. Maybe like a little safe or a metal box or something that they would do with the medical stuff, like with lead or some other absorbing metal or some sort, where we could scoop it up and seal it in there and not actually touch it. I don't know that would actually help, but maybe if we never actually touch it with our hands and seal it away, maybe the energies from it'll ebb away. Or
From what we have researched, it is some kind of beacon or communication device, was what the science chap at the club said.
right.
So perhaps you are right. Some pewter or, as you say, lead-lined box, perhaps.
Also, August, if you would like to give me an idea roll, please. And Gerard is the only one with Cthulhu Mythos
Fail.
points, right? Okay. Gerard was the only one with Cthulhu Mythos skill, I think. Yeah.
believe so.
Why don't you give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll there, Gerard?
Okay, give me a second to find what my score is on my character sheet.
Then again,
Just
your character sheet might not be up to date. If oh well.
It's here.
When in doubt, just say 30.
30 is very high.
Yeah.
29.
Okay, it would be the regular stats, right?
Skills, yeah. Cthulhu
Skills,
Mythos.
that's okay. Well, it shows that he has a 7.
Okay, so roll it.
Okay. 13.
Do you want to spend 6 luck points?
Oh, let's see what my luck was again. It seemed like it went way
I
down.
think you have 16 left.
16. How many did you say?
6
Six.
to make a success, to get it down to 7.
Wow, that's down to 10. Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. You thinking about this now, you recognize those worm things that you saw in the dream crawling
Yes.
out of the portal and such.
Yes.
Those were described in the book you recently read, the Mythos tome you recently read, as inhabitants of the planet Yekub. Give me a second roll, please, Cthulhu Mythos, and I'll give you a bonus die for this one.
Okay.
Since you remember, there's the narcotic, I can't pronounce it right. Narcotic manuscripts, I think, was the tome.
I rolled a 7, so I made it. That's
Good.
fine.
You remember the first worm creature that crawled through the portal or the wormhole, whatever it was carrying a glowing sphere-like thing, right? That is an obscure, great old one, a god, if you will, on the planet Yekub, known as Juk-Shab.
Oh.
Now, whether you wish to share this information with your colleagues or not is entirely up to you, but you, Gerard, remember this because you're the one who's read the tomes and studied a bit about all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with them. We're a party of people here to help each other out. So yeah, I definitely share. Not maybe in depth, but give them the gist of what I found out.
What dream do you speak of?
You did not have one?
No, I'm afraid the morphine the doctor gave me left me rather incoherent last night.
We may all need some of that morphine if this continues.
Oh. Indeed. Morphine's all around. Cheers.
Yeah, not mine on the rocks.
I'll stick to India Pale Ale, thank you.
India Pale Ale and morphine. Agreed.
So I'll discuss it with them, what I knew from my readings.
So yeah, he tells you anyway. Yeah, that those worm things were the inhabitants of the planet Yekub, and the glowing sphere that the front one was carrying was Juk-Shab, the god of Yekub. And I think Yekub has come up before, right? Somewhere when you were reading. There was a handout, right? That you had discovered. Right, in the narcotic manuscripts, there are legends that the primordial cone beings had encountered a race which, like themselves, was capable of physically hurling itself through time and space, that this race used strange hypnotic devices, crystal cubes of immeasurable age, to cross the gulfs of space, and that this alien race was bent on conquering all the worlds that it came into contact with. That even the cone beings feared the incursions of this race and thus hid away the crystal devices that they had found, or the crystal device that they had found. There you go. Just a little flashback to previous clue from a previous session in case anybody's forgotten.
Is this cube then this god of which you speak?
The cube, no, it was the glowing sphere that one of the worms was carrying
Mhm.
through the
Ah,
tunnel.
yeah, I was directing that to.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to speak in. I know he would have asked me. So
Yeah.
But yeah,
If,
as August gets it straight in his head, he kind of nods and drains his brandy and says, "Well, gentlemen, this appears to be some kind of warning rather than simply a maddening curse. Is our world under threat from these beings? Is this what we face, what we battle against?"
well, that's a very interesting take. I did not think on it that way. Instead of looking at it at first, maybe this was something given to us by somebody that wants us to stop that. Then is that what you're kind of alluding to in what you said?
Well, perhaps it is too much to try and divine intent, but we can definitely take it as a warning. The fact that we all dreamt the same dream. I have
Speak.
heard of. Sorry, go
Oh no,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you were talking and I was interrupting. My apologies. Go ahead.
I have been in trances and seen strange things. The works of shamans and mesmerists. I know that there is more to this world than just what science would measure. But it seems we can either take this experience as something approaching truth or see it simply as some attack from without.
So this dream you say you all shared, if it is some sort of prophetic thing, what do you remember of the night? Is there a way to determine when this is supposed to happen?
And
There was a lot of
my
running, a lot of screaming, and a lot of dying.
What of the weather? Did you recall seeing perhaps, I don't know, a calendar?
you remember fog, which isn't saying
Fog in
much in
London.
London.
Hmm.
Who was that
So
character that came over and introduced us to took us there?
Oh,
psychic
it was Godfrey Williamson.
buffoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I'll mention that to Belgrave.
who, if I
That's
recall
what
correctly, is the official psychic to Queen Elizabeth or her court,
Oh,
anyway.
really?
I
Jeez,
believe, yes.
I didn't know that. Would have given me more respect.
Would you have though? Really?
Oh, just for the, just for the royal Aegis.
Let me double check. Psychics, blah 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 blah. I remember seeing something about someone being the official psychic to her court. Let me see if it's down here in this other description on him. Maybe not. I may be mistaken. I apologize.
Yeah, I think the official psychic to the royal family would be way more sinister.
Well, perhaps, yeah.
The
I think I'm mixing him up with another person who was present at the party. Apologies.
Interesting. Um, so Belgrave, you were spared this horrific vision.
Indeed, I slept rather well. Well,
Hmm.
well enough with considering, and I point to my bandaged head.
Ah, yeah, I'm sorry. Robert James Lee. Robert James Leese was the official psychic to her court. Apologies.
did you have I'm just going off character right now. Did you, Belgrave? Did you have a brain injury?
No, I took a hatchet to the face, or a
Wow.
machete, or a cleaver. I took a cleaver to the face.
No beating around the bush with fucking Cole here, or sorry, Gerard here. Do you have a brain
Well,
injury or something, man?
No, it was a good
well,
question.
I'm wondering if he had something that affected his brain that kept him from having this dream. That's what I was
Mm.
reading.
As opposed to the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, we're all kind of crazy, I guess, probably more than he is.
Actually, as I recall, yeah, I remember it happened in game. You did have the same dream, but you decided not to go with them and went back to sleep. So you kind
Yeah,
of copped out of the dream, basically.
yeah, you
Because
Well,
did.
I
I
think
know.
I think I think the guy came to visit. You were in bed. You kind of woke up when you heard the bell ring or something, and then you just went back to sleep. So you might
Right.
remember having a dream about the doorbell ringing, and that's about it.
But I probably wouldn't think of it as a dream like that.
No, maybe not even.
Hmm.
So
Just
I may
saying,
have
like,
had this shared a dream, but I didn't interact with anybody. I just heard
nope.
it and was like,
Yep.
went to sit up and felt the pull on my face and the extreme pain that would entail from moving around, and said, screw it.
I mean, who doesn't
Mhm.
hear sounds when they're just starting to drift off to sleep? Like, was that the door? So
Mm. Well, I think between us all, we can probably fill in Belgrave from what we remember, and
sure.
also affirm to ourselves like who was at the table, um,
Oh, right. Um,
and also the various forms that John Bidwell kind of transformed
it
through.
was the same guests. I hope you remember from the last session. It was the same guests that were present at the séance, minus um, von Zorn, of course. Other than that, everybody else was there. August, you ended up actually sitting in von Zorn's seat since you weren't even at the original séance. Um, and the forms that he took he started off as John Bidwell, then he changed to the butler, then he changed to von Zorn, then he changed to the Chinese lady, then he died. Well,
Deservingly
then
so.
he collapsed on the ground and a fucking giant worm creature crawled out of his corpse, tore his back open, and sprung out of him. Yeah.
Speaking of Chinese lady, where's she at? She's
Yeah.
still here
Oh,
doing our laundry.
you mean the
Oh, wow.
you haven't heard anything from her like since, well, whatever. She in theory she's sleeping in her guest room.
Yeah, it's pretty. God. Well, that's the constable anyway. We'll have to figure out what he wants to do.
Exactly. What was his name? Constable. I want to say it was Bill Baker or something silly like that.
Baker, right?
Was it Bill Baker? Yeah, it's Constable Baker. All right. I don't remember his first name, but definitely Baker.
Charles. I have Charles Baker. Or was that the name that we
Charles
were?
Baker was the name I
Hmm.
used.
Yeah, that was the
Hus-
fake name. That's right.
husband.
Either way, it's definitely
Well,
Constable Baker.
we must find this cube and secure
It
it
is Bill Baker. I was right.
if we are to prevent this strange vision from occurring, and what is warned about in the book that you've read.
The clock chimes the third hour.
Perhaps we could also, and I'll kind of trail off reluctantly. We could always call the psychic back and see if he can affirm anything. For he was in the dream also. Oh, what did he do when everything kicked off in the dream? Was he just
Ran away, just like everybody else. They ran away as soon as that fucking portal opened up and things started crawling out of it. Yeah, everybody fled.
Oh, I'm also
Fled.
gonna
Everybody fled.
sit down and start penning a letter. Because I'm gonna call up my elephant gun from my home. I want that delivered to the agency.
Okay. Where's your home? Here in London?
It is Barton on Beans or something. Hang on, some Barton in the Beans.
I think it is something like that, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, cool. Just
Um,
wondering how long it takes the letter to be delivered and it to come, etc. It's be a couple of days at least anyway. So, okay.
Or maybe I'll do a telegram.
Plus, it's 3 a.m., so I don't know if you're going to send this letter out right now. But
No, I'm just writing it.
Okay. Anything else? Do you guys want to try to get a bit of restless sleep before we pass on to the next day?
Yeah, I don't think sleep's on the menu. Sandwiches, but no sleep.
Well, maybe somebody should start making breakfast then.
Breakfast it is.
I don't know. All right. So some time passes. You know, you make some breakfast. August writes his letter. Belgrave, you go back to sleep? You easily could.
Probably I should.
Yeah, you can easily anyway. The others maybe not as easily, obviously, because of their traumatic dream and all that. But Markham wakes up at like 6:30 in the morning and comes in to start making breakfast to find that you've pretty much completed it. Ruben and Gerard, I presume. Do either one of you have any cooking skill? That's an art, by the way.
Let me check the old art there.
I think Belgrave has actually, but
Actually, no, I'm a tailor.
A 5.
I got a 5.
Well, actually, no, I am cooking. I do have that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. No,
All right.
Belgrave's sleeping.
I'll make breakfast before I go back to bed if they want me to, but
oh well.
If they're up, but I already said I was going back to bed. Never mind.
Yeah. No, you're
Damn.
You're all busted up.
I'm
Ruben,
gonna try to get
Gerard,
a check in there.
give me that 5% base chance roll.
Even with advantage, he failed.
I didn't give you advantage anyway.
I'm just saying, even if you're considering being decent and giving me
I
advantage,
probably
since
should
I'm
give you
rolling
disadvantage since you had a horrible nightmare the night before and you've been drinking brandy.
Hang on, what? He's failed in making sandwiches.
No, he's failed at trying to cook breakfast.
I rolled a 4, but I don't have any skill on it that I can see on my.
Oh well,
character.
Gerard saves the day and manages to help you throw away his burnt eggs and whatever else, and then show him how to properly scramble eggs or something, whatever.
Cool. He won't pay attention.
So with the salvation of Gerard and Ruben, you guys managed to make breakfast. So by the time Markham wakes up, you guys have already like started having breakfast, you know. So he puts on coffee or something, you know, and
Where? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Where August is sitting in a kind of a maudlin sort of daze in the living room. He leaps to his feet and goes, "Aha! You said it yourself, Ruben. If it needs to be blocked, it's some kind of radio signal, then perhaps we can build something to detect it." Belgrave, does your book say anything about this?
That would be Gerard who has the book. Belgrave's in bed.
So Gerard.
That's all right.
About some kind of
Detection device.
action.
Give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll. Looking for a hard success.
Shit.
I rolled a 13 with a 7 Cthulhu Mythos.
You need a 3. So do you want to spend 10 points of luck?
I don't think I have those left. Let me look at it. Sure, but
I think that would be all of your luck.
Yeah.
That'd be all of your luck, man, because you spent 6 before.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend all of your luck?
No.
Okay. No. Well, anyway, it doesn't. if you'd made your Cthulhu Mythos roll, you might be able to kind of come up with an idea of how to make one, but no, it does not. So
Well,
the doorbell rings 5 minutes before 7 a.m. Markham says, "Oh, it's early." He
Is there
goes,
like is there a spy thing in the door, or can we look out through a window to see who it
I'm
is?
sure there is, especially after the shit you guys have been through before. You guys had a fucking steel reinforced door built after the door was battered down once before.
Yeah, well, Webley in hand, I'll have a look to see who it is.
And Markham stands back and doesn't answer it while you look out the peephole. You can see a disheveled looking Godfrey Williamson.
It's that blasted psychic.
He's reaching for the bell again.
I'll pull the door open and grab
I'm
him and
guessing-
pull him in.
yeah, I'm guessing he had the dream.
He looks awful. He's very pale, very unsteady. Says, "I had the worst dream. I, in the dream, I came to your house and told you we had to go to Bidwell's home. Everyone was there from the seance, and Bidwell himself showed up, and he opened some kind of a weird tunnel or portal like thing, and these creatures came through, these giant worm alien beings with this glowing globe, and I fled in terror, and I heard gunshots and screams, and oh, it was horrible, absolutely horrible. Uh, could I get a glass of brandy, please, Mr. Markham?" Markham rolls his eyes and walks off to the kitchen. "I'm glad to see you are all right."
We also had the same dream, sir.
"What?" He goes weak at the knees and starts to fall. And nobody reaches out to catch him, so he falls to the ground. And he kind of pops back up right away, like, "Oh my gosh." He didn't quite faint. He nearly fainted, kind of thing. But I'm sorry. What? How is that possible?
I think that's more in your lines of
Oh,
explanation.
yes, thank you, Markham. He reaches over and takes the glass out of Markham's hand and chugs it down and holds it out for a refill. "Oh, my visions, they've been numerous. I keep seeing a great yellow dragon snorting fire, bathed in blinding smoke. And the faceless men, they're watching me, always watching me. I heard rumor that a symbol was found in Bidwell's apartment, or his home, sorry, Bidwell's house, um, signifying Masonic involvement. I believe the Freemasons may be behind this. Why, their influence goes all the way to the crown," he says.
Indeed.
There's one of them I see in the vision. He has blood on his hands, but the others are always moving to shield him from my view. He gulps down the second glass of brandy.
Do you often have these visions after drinking brandy?
I had these visions well before drinking brandy. The brandy calms the mind and eases the visions. It's why I try not to drink it too often, only when I'm here. Thank you, Markham. He hands him the empty glass and doesn't ask for another one now.
So you accuse the Queen herself of complicity, or it's King now, is it? It's a King, probably, is it? Queen Victoria.
Yeah, it's
Queen
Queen.
Victoria,
Yeah,
I
Victoria,
guess.
of course. Yeah, Queen. Yep,
Yeah.
Victoria. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just trying to interpret these visions that I've had, and of course, in correlation with the rumors of what I've heard of the evidence found at Bidwell's home.
Perhaps if I was to show you this, I'm going to show him the drawing of the cube. What do you make of it?
Hmm. There's little to make of it. It looks like a work of fantasy, a child's drawing.
Have you seen a cube in any of your visions?
In the
Is it
dream
should
last night, I told you. Bidwell had
hmm,
it. He used it to open that portal. Yes, yes, it does look familiar. Although the artist is quite poor.
and have you seen it elsewhere in your visions?
No,
Amongst the faceless men
no, just in
clutched
this
in the
dream.
claw of this dragon?
But you've seen it as well.
Hmm.
I, I'm glad you're all well. I think it's time for me to leave England for a time. There's far too much excitement here in this country for my blood. Yes, yes, this has gone too far. I know Scotland Yard will frown upon me leaving the country, but I simply cannot bear it anymore. Thank you very much. I wish you luck in your case. And he like goes over to go out the door.
Oh, there.
Nobody stops him. He goes out the door, closes it, closes it behind him. Um, and like seconds later, you hear like a crashing sound. Like how to describe it? Not like anything. Well, yeah, you hear sound of a collision. Something sounds kind of like a man being run over by a horse-drawn carriage in the street out in front of your house, and you hear a woman scream.
Nice.
Guess we better go see what
As you
happened.
walk outside, you see Williamson's broken body lying in the street, covered in his own blood, as this coach tears away. Give me a spot hidden rolls.
Ooh,
Do I have
03.
Do I have an
A
image for
completely
this?
normal success, just barely.
I got a extreme success.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me just see if I have. Oh yeah, scenarios. I might have an image for this. This is the eyes of a stranger. I do. Good. I thought I had to pull that up. Where is it? It's there. Oh, that's way too big. There. You see this figure
Right.
driving this coach, and you see he has a bandaged left hand. Now, who is it that got the extreme success? It was August, right? August,
Guy with the gun.
you remember the ambush at the
Yeah.
docks? The man
Yeah.
with the mask who came blasting to save you took a knife to the hand, the left hand, before he fled.
And he's just okay. Well, this is
He's
it's
tearing away
obviously
in a horse-drawn coach. Yes.
Can I shoot one of the horses?
You can certainly try. My goodness. A man of action. Welcome to
Well, this is
Soho. It used to be a nice neighborhood.
well, he's leaving the scene of an accident. I take it was still a crime.
Fair enough. So take your shot.
I mean,
keep-
shooting in public on a public street, but it is like very early in the morning, right?
It is early in the morning. There are people around though, getting to the day's business. Like I said, you did hear a woman scream.
Mundane people, nobody of
Of
importance.
course, yeah, nobody of import. Just normal civilians, fucking plebs. Please,
if I remember my England correct for this time period, they're mostly singing and going into dance.
yeah, right. I am going to call it a
Shooting straight.
hard challenge because it's a moving carriage, but go for it.
Okay. So that would be a penalty die, or
Shoot
I
the-
just
No.
need a hard
You just
success.
roll and you need a hard success.
Shoot the tire.
The tire.
49.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
a
they
hard
don't-
success.
They're not pneumatic tires anyway. Though.
You could spend
Yeah, I know,
luck
just
if
playing.
you want.
Let me just see where I'm at. Handgun. Oh shit. So I would need like 19. No, I
that's a
think
lot of
what
luck to spend 30 points.
I think what happens is he realizes it's going to put too many people in danger, and then, at the last minute he just lifts his pistol and kind of errs on the side of caution and misses.
I totally accept that. That's a reasonable decision, a reasonable conclusion to come to, August. I'm glad you decided not to open fire from the doorway of Hudson and Brand at 7 o'clock in the morning
I had
on a Friday.
excuse me, I don't know if it would matter now or not, but I did roll a 4 out of a 57 or something.
On your spot hidden. So you saw the same thing that he saw,
Okay, yeah.
as far as seeing the figure that I presented a moment ago,
Yeah, I just
Um,
wanted to make sure there wasn't anything
and
else.
also
that was-
noticing the bandaged left hand and remembering him from the ambush at the docks.
Well, here's a question: is there any kind of licensing or something like that we could? It might be pre-licensing
On the
I guess,
coaches?
but yeah,
No,
yeah. But if
he
we
doesn't.
can
He
take,
doesn't have like a lit up cab number or anything. No, I'm afraid not.
Might add a placard or something with number on it or something.
Nah, his does not. This is an unmarked coach.
A gypsy.
Nevertheless, well, in lieu of like any numbers or anything like that, I'll just try and commit the
Yeah.
back of the coach to memory.
Description. Yeah, no problem.
It was the man with the 2 pistols.
If anybody goes out to check on Williamson, well, maybe if not, civilians would already be checking on him. He's quite dead. He's just been run over by 2 horses and a coach. So
A genuine waste of brandy.
Are we back in the house?
sorry, so cynical. Genuine
Well,
waste
it
of
would have
brandy. He had 2 fresh glasses in him.
it would have softened the suffering, lessened the suffering of his passing somewhat. Can only hope. But what's to be done, gentlemen? Should we take possession of this body and draw the eyes of the police once
Well,
again?
the constables will be coming shortly. This is Soho. They won't be
Mm.
far away.
Yeah.
In
It's
fact, you
just
probably hear the
witnesses.
bells whistling now or the whistles blowing now as they're making their way after people have shouted and screamed and.
Well, after all that shouting, screaming from outside, I'm going to call sleep a done deal for the moment and
Yeah, you're awake
make my
now.
way.
7 o'clock it is.
Head on downstairs and find out what in the Lord is going on.
Are we back in the house?
If you want to be, yeah. You can wait outside to talk to Scotland Yard if you want.
Um,
Scotland Yard. It'd be the constabulary. Scotland
I
Yard
just
won't be
was
here.
gonna, I thought of something earlier that I was going to share with them.
Go ahead.
Everybody else in that dream may have been having that dream themselves also. Remember everybody that was at the table and they took off when this all started?
Right.
So maybe we need to contact some of these people. We need any help we can get, right? Basically.
No, that's a good idea.
What
is a good
kind of
idea.
help do you think they would provide you? Williamson
Well,
was
if
able to provide you
maybe
anything
they'll
other than
remember
the information you
details
already
that-
remembered.
Well, yeah, maybe, I was just thinking maybe details that we had forgotten.
Was there anybody there from like the Golden Dawn or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, they may have some kind of.
Obviously, you don't recall the
access.
guest list, so I will pull it back since you didn't write it down.
Oh, I did write it down, but I don't know.
Oh, did
whether
you? Let's see. I'm trying to think. There were 3 party members there, right? Yeah, and then there was, of course, Dickhead himself. What's his name? Bidwell.
Bidwell.
So beyond that,
I was outside the whole time, so I don't know anything about what was going on in there.
the guests were Annie Besant from the Theosophical Society.
Andy.
I've got it.
Annie Besant.
I've got it.
Annie.
Florence
Florence
something.
Farr and Dr. William Wynne Westcott of the Golden Dawn.
Robert J. Levy.
Robert James
Godfrey
Lees and Godfrey Williamson.
I know,
Lees,
he's got it written down.
Then also
Dr.
Dr. Peter Begg, Paul Donner, Sir Philip Knight,
Yeah.
and should have been Dr. Stephen Mathers. That should have been about it.
Oh, okay. Not McGregor Mathers.
No, Dr. Stephen
Um,
Mathers.
Sorry, who was Sir Philip? Was it?
Sir Philip Knight.
Um. So I think number one, I'll turn to Ruben and I'll say, are we to? Do you wish to lay claim to this body, or perhaps have the constables pointed to us by a witness?
I don't think there's any way around it. We're just going to have to stand out here and deal with it.
Yeah,
Mm.
you've become quite well known to the local constabulary, so it's not a problem. I mean, you didn't run him down and kill him. You just have to give a statement as to what you saw.
It's
Correct.
just more smoke. For this.
It won't even take too long.
Hey, it's just part of our day.
By 8 o'clock in the morning, you're free to continue your day.
Again, it's mostly just a waste of decent brandy.
Your humanity is inspiring, Ruben.
Right? He was useless as a psychic anyway. And he was leaving, so either way, useless to us.
Okay, so let's take a quick bio break because I've been drinking a lot of beer and I gotta take a piss.
Very good.
And we'll resume in a couple minutes. Just a quick one. Where's my button? Break.
I am back.
I'm back.
I am just about back myself. Feel like a new human again. Okay. Everybody's back? Yep. Is Quentin there? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Very good. So, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're done dealing with the constabulary. Williams's body is being taken away to the morgue. And, yeah. You guys get back into the house. What would you like to do?
I think we're gonna need a day off.
Doorbell rings. It's Albie checking in as he does every morning.
Do you have anything specific for me this morning, Albie?
Is there anything specific you've been looking for?
No.
Refresh my memory.
I mean, they
Good.
were watching some stuff for us, but
Yeah.
I-
A lot of weird stuff going on in Limehouse. You know, turf war between Namdak's people and these Sifan. You know, the Chinese and the Chocho, basically. You know.
right. Well, make sure you stay out of the way. Keep all your guys out of the way.
Oh yeah. We're on light duty in that neighborhood lately.
Nothing but casual observation and mind your
I
P's.
heard there was an accident right here in front of the office today.
Yeah,
Someone got run over.
indeed.
Wasn't
By
any of ours, was it?
no, it was a casual. Now, if you do see if any of the boys see a coachman with a nefarious sort of uh, kerchief over his face and attempting to disguise himself, that typical villainous sort of look, see if we can keep track of where he goes.
Bandaged left hand.
And a bandaged left
He
hand.
kind of laughs. He's like, "Oh, wait, you're serious?"
Very serious.
Well, okay. Anything else you want us to look out for?
I can't think of anything. We had a really rough night. Just keep your guys safe.
What about any rumors of a container, a square container?
The cube?
Square container.
Yes. Yes. I didn't want to just come out and say exactly what it was.
Sure.
In case you didn't want to mention it in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for anything like that, I guess. You sure that's it? I'd like you guys all, well, not all, but Ruben and August and Gerard to make an idea roll.
Yay, a success for the game. A 14, which is a hard success.
There was what Williamson was saying to you, right, about his visions. Do you remember? No?
What did he say to
You've
Yellow
been having
dragon breathing
numerous
fire.
visions lately in particular. I think somebody just said it, actually. I just talked over you. Sorry.
Yellow dragon breathing fire.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Yellow dragon breathing fire. Bathed in blinding smoke.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. Maybe it's a symbol. Maybe it's like a sign symbol for like a Chinese laundry or something like that.
Well, you remember he had a vision before about Duncan's or Dunnigan's or all that. And it ended up being Dugan's warehouse or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Dickens warehouse. Well, we'll do the best to draw.
Thank
Whoever,
God for those idea rolls. That's what they're there for.
we'll put some sort of drawing together of of the this dragon, maybe as a stylized dragon, anything that
Oh.
might fit this sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll have a look around. I mean, there's a lot. There's a pretty common motif down there in Limehouse. They love their dragons, but yeah, yellow dragon, breathing fire. What was the other thing? Oh yes, bathed in smoke. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Heck, we might take a ride in our own coach down there to clear the air, and just take a look at the signs and see if any of them stand out in the Limehouse area.
All right, well, I guess I'm off to work then.
Well, we've already been attacked by the Sifan, right? That's who the gang was that attacked us on the
That's
dock.
yeah. They led us to
They tricked you. They
tricked
deceived you.
us
A
to
fake
show.
message summoning you
Exactly.
to the docks in the name of
And
Inspector Cleveland.
what I don't get is the motive. Oh, actually, you know who it could be. August thinks to himself quietly that this guy maybe on the carriage could be one of the Freemasons. He could be representing the Freemasons. Because it
An
doesn't
agent
make
from the Freemasons. Yeah.
well, it doesn't make sense that he protected us from the Sifan, but then rode down the psychic.
Perhaps he was protecting himself, and it just worked out to favor us at the same time.
What you mean down at the dock?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
I
'cause he
like where you're going with this,
Yeah.
Augie. Why don't you give me another idea roll?
92.
Oh, Jesus, never mind. I like the idea, but you're gonna have to think of it yourself.
Yeah.
You say it was the man who showed up at the docks who ran down
Well,
that
it
psychic?
appeared so. The wound to his left hand from a knife. Perhaps you may have missed that while you were resting
Yes,
on
resting.
the ground.
Indeed. And I did require that breather for a moment. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he
But why
really woke
would
up until
he-
after the the carriage accident.
It does not make sense
Accident.
that he would work so hard to protect us at the docks, only to commit this crime.
Well, unless this psychic was a bad actor and wished us ill, or to befuddle us with false visions.
That is possible as well. But the timing is most curious.
Indeed.
Yes. He was either watching the agency or following this so-called psychic.
Right. So maybe we should follow up on the other guests and see if they have been dealt with as well.
Yeah, I do agree. He most definitely would have to have been following this man in order to know precisely where he would be if murder was his aim.
Did we give the description? We would have given the description to the constabulary.
That's up to you. Did you?
Or did they have it already from the other witnesses?
Yeah, they probably would have gotten it already from other witnesses. So you could have just corroborated it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, a masked man with a bandage in his left hand. Oh, I know who that is. Yeah.
Bandage guy.
What color was
Fletcher McDougal, the butcher's son?
What color was the carriage? The coach?
No, the was it a distinctive color or just like a black, gray, or something like that?
It was kind of like an off-white cloth, like a dirty white cloth, like
right.
You know.
So it was nothing that we could definitely connect.
No,
So it's more the
it
wound
was
that
not.
we
It wasn't
can-
like hot pink or anything like that.
Polka
It was
dot.
a hot pink handkerchief he had across his face. Yes, that's the one.
Oh, like the one I used when I went to the.
No, it was just like a fucking kind of grayish. Probably used to be white.
So it's well, I'm thinking is how we can. So we're connecting it through the bandage left hand, rather
Yeah,
than
the bandage
anything
left
else.
hand is the most distinguishing thing about him, really.
I still think some of us should head over to like Chinatown kind of area and maybe have a look there. So I don't know if we want to split up or stick
I'm
together.
thinking because of the trouble we ran into before that we should go armed, at least lightly armed, and stay together.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of ideas have been presented. Going to check on the other members of the seance and also going to Chinatown to look around. So
we do both?
you can't do both at the same time, obviously. If you're going all together, which one do you want to do first?
Well, who's
Now,
good with people?
going around checking on people is going to take a
Mhm.
lot more time than just going to Limehouse and driving around. Because, like I said, there's 3 of you plus 1. You'd have 9 other people, right? Oh, sorry, 1's dead. You'd have like 8 other people anyway. You'd have to check on, and they live in different parts of London, and
They're probably pretty well to do.
most of them, yeah,
So
most of them.
I imagine they're probably not taking visitors at 8 a.m. I would say we go have a ride around Chinatown first. I also want to send a telegram to my country estate and get my #1 rifle sent.
Sure. Okay. Good call.
With suitable cartridges.
No problem.
Post haste. If they can put it on the train, the afternoon train, that would be great. I can pick it up.
Yeah, I guess Chinatown is pretty much the best option right now.
Okay.
And I don't know that I would be the best to go on visits to check on people who are quite full of themselves, probably. But the hatchet I have taken to the face.
Maybe it's
Yeah, do I have
a distracting
Yeah.
factor.
Get the big scar right across the face.
You should
Well,
double
I'm
check
all
the
wrapped in bandages right now because it's still healing. But yeah,
Right, so
I
you
will
look
have
like
that.
the fucking mummy.
Right?
Well, maybe you should research the book or something.
I'd rather not read such a godless tome.
Okay, makes sense.
So all 4 of you gonna climb in the carriage and drive down around Limehouse, looking around. Yeah.
At least Ruben will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. You
I'll
said something about
I'll
sticking
go
all
along.
together, so.
Well, August can go with Ruben.
Okay.
And I don't
I'll
know.
go.
Is Gerard still learning the spell, or
No, he's learned that. That's done. He's learned it, but he has not yet cast it. Although he did cast it in the dream, but
that's
he
true.
hasn't actually cast it in real life yet.
Well, we better keep him close as well, because we
So
never
all 4
know
of
when
you,
we
yeah.
might need that spell.
Get Albert Stafford to drive you around.
Indeed.
Sorry, go ahead,
I will
Mark. What were you
definitely
gonna say?
be bringing my. Oh, I just said indeed, and I'll definitely be bringing my pistol and
Yeah.
a pouch of spare cartridges as well.
Now you guys are gonna be inside a carriage, so a coach, so you can bring whatever the fuck you really want.
Yeah, bring a shotgun.
Absolutely.
Can we? Can I say that? I assume they would have a spot for baggage under the seat inside the coach.
Those little compartments, maybe.
Sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
so we can put
Courtesy compartments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put like a shotgun or 2 in there. Do you
Okay.
guys bring 2 shotguns maybe?
As long as Ruben's got one, that's all that matters.
I've got my I got my sawed off one in my violin.
Your violin case, yeah.
Uh-huh. And I do have that pistol that
Exactly.
that Zorn gave us.
At 40-10 pistols. Absolutely.
Yeah.
30 years before the idea would be popularized in Chicago, Gerard Bonham was packing a fucking sawed-off shotgun in his violin case in Victorian England.
I think some of
I have
the
no I have no
Um,
idea how you fit that in a violin
A
case.
man before his time.
Yeah,
yeah, I
telling you,
think
he's
in
the
the,
original. He's the OG.
well, he traveled around America and through
Mhm.
the South and the West, and a lot of bartenders would carry, the sawed-off shotguns underneath the bar. They could just pull out.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely,
So
dude. I'm not. I'm literally not making fun. I think it's kind of.
I
It's
know.
kind of.
Yeah,
It's funny.
I
It's
thought it
cool.
would be interesting to have it underneath the violin, so
Hmm.
it makes it
We
not.
could get one of the larger violins. The
Well, the point is, he has a normal size violin in a large case because it's got the shotgun
exactly.
in
I
it.
was going to
Yeah.
say a larger size violin case with a
Mhm.
regular size violin in it.
Yep.
Mm.
All right. So let's see. August, roll 2d3 for me, please.
Mm.
And let me see. Luck. Ooh, luck.
Like add
I'm
them
gonna
together
I'm gonna be
or
nice. Yeah, you roll 2d3 and add them together. I'll ask you for the result in a little bit, maybe. Um,
3.
Ruben, what's your luck?
That's a 4.
Belgrave, what's your luck?
My luck is 50.
Ooh, we're up to 54. Okay. Um, let me see here. August, what's your luck?
33.
And Gerard, you've got 10 left. Is that right?
Yeah, my luck.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I
He's
believe
got 10
so.
left.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. We divide that by 4. I'm going to do an average party luck instead of doing the usual recommended is use the lowest luck in the party.
No.
All right. Ruben, roll luck for me. Just roll percentile
Oh,
for me.
good
I've
Lord.
got the
Hold on.
party luck already determined, so
Here we go. No, just straight up 27.
straight up 27. Okay, since I had you roll, as I think you have the lowest luck, would you like to spend 3 points of luck to make that a success?
Are you serious?
Do I look serious?
No. No, I'm not.
I'm very serious.
Uh,
You don't
Okay.
want
You're
to. Okay,
afraid?
you don't want to succeed. That's fine.
No.
Okay,
I'm not feeling very lucky today.
no worries. You don't spend your luck. Okay, never mind about the 3. Doesn't matter. You guys drive all around Chinatown for 3 hours anyway. Nothing catches your eye.
No yellow dragon
Oh,
with
you see
smoke
yellow
and
dragons fucking everywhere, but nothing stands out as special. And you investigate a couple things, nothing turns up, and
I'll keep an eye out for blinding
you
smoke.
harass a bunch of women at some laundry, and then you fucking burst into some opium den just to find out just a bunch of fucking doped up fucking immigrants. Like nothing nefarious aside from that going on. But yeah,
hmm.
you want to go and start checking on people?
Yeah, I'm thinking that
That'll take up the rest of the day well into dark. So, because
right,
by this
yeah,
point in time, it's almost noon.
maybe while we're cruising around we could negotiate between us to figure out the best path of here to there so we're not bouncing all over town.
Yeah, yeah, you can work out the sensible bit of it, but it's still going to take you all day. It's going to be evening before you finish. After you check on all of the other 8 attendants from the seance, and they're all alive. They're all home and safe. They're all a little bit freaked out about all this shit going on lately. And yes, they all had the dream, but to
Mm.
each of them, it's just a dream. And unless you bring it to their attention that everybody had the same dream, they're not totally freaked out about it. They're just like, yeah, I had a horrible dream.
I think it might be fun to mention that the psychic had mentioned that he had that dream,
And before
and
you
then he
got
got
killed.
hit. Then he got killed
Okay,
by.
so they're all freaking out and panicking now.
Good.
But yeah,
Everyone should
but
have a
they're
little
all
bit.
alive and well.
Fair enough.
And then it's Friday night.
Let me before we leave that situation.
Say again?
I want to talk to my cohorts here before we leave those people alone completely.
Mhm.
Do you want to mention that we know we were in the dream also, and where we can find out maybe some more information about that box?
What
I
box? You
mean,
talking about the cube?
yeah, the cube.
Oh, okay.
Box, taller box. Sorry, it's just
No, no worries.
cube. Sugar
John
cube.
called it a box first, I think so. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's blame John. That's right. So
Ruben is definitely out of it. So if you want to pursue it, then yes.
August Bargrave, gotta get a consensus here.
I think if you had a dream that was apparently prophetic, as you might think it is, that as much information as you can get, you should get.
Makes
I
sense.
mean,
Yes, I agree. That's what I was thinking. This.
if it is as important as you think, there must be something involved in there that will help.
Absolutely.
So we mentioned to them that the other person, the psychic, had the shared dream with them. Basically, that's what we told them, and it
Yeah, yeah.
freaked
Yep,
them
yep.
out. Okay, so I'll try to get them under control. I'm especially interested in that Golden Dawn people
Mhm.
because they seem to have a lot of power and maybe
Mhm.
some
Okay.
maybe helpful.
Just tell me you had the same dream. You try to press
That
them for
sounds-
more information about the cube.
yeah. Yes, exactly.
No problem. It takes you a bit longer then. Takes you not into the evening, but into the nighttime. You miss dinner. Um, Unfortunately, though, they didn't see anything more than you saw, perhaps even less than you saw, because they were the first to flee, whereas you guys stayed behind and kind of resisted for a bit. Everybody else fled before. So definitely they remember the cube. None of them looked into it too deeply. None of them were even still in the room by the time August looked into it and was possessed. Um, yeah, they don't seem to know as much about it as you do, and but now they're extra freaked out. None of them will be leaving their home for several days, maybe
Good for
weeks,
them.
months. It's gonna be a shitty Christmas.
Should we
Good,
quiz them
good.
about see if they know anything about the Sifan and is it Fu Manchu or
Sure,
someone?
you can do that too. Yep, no problem. But they definitely don't. They're not involved in underworld dealings and things of that sort. Um, you know,
Yeah, what kind of freaking occultists are they? They don't know anything. They're not
I know.
interested in what we were describing. They're not interested
no,
in,
they're interested, but they don't know any more about it than you do. Is what I'm saying.
some
Well,
immortal Chinese man that's kind of.
At the end of the day, basically, you're teaching them more than they're teaching you.
Oh, maybe they'll get a little respect for us from now on.
I'm curious when we get back if our house guest has had any dreams of any sort, not necessarily the shared dream, but because when you have an out of body experience, I'm imagining that there's some nightmares that go along with it if there's anything cube related in the dreams that person's having.
Hmm.
Who specifically?
The
Baker.
baker in the Chinese woman's
Oh,
body.
sorry. Yeah, you go back to the house. By the time you get back to the house, it's like well past dark. Like I
Hmm.
said, you've missed dinner. Markham is prepared to reheat it for you if you like.
I'm thinking
And you want to go check on
as is
you.
good.
You ask about the guest. He's oh, I have not seen her all day. Well, I don't know.
Ugh. Get the mop. You're gonna go check on her.
You find her in a pool of her own blood, wrists
Of
slashed.
course. Of
Ah,
course.
damn it.
It seems that her sanity did not hold out.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you gonna call Scotland Yard, or do you
Yeah,
want
we're
to
gonna.
or do you just want to fucking um, dispose of this one discreetly since you kind of broke her out of the asylum?
Yeah, I'm thinking. We'll call Loyal. See if he's available.
Certainly, he's always ready to move bodies. That's what he does.
And
He's what's his job? He's oh, he had a great name for it. I can't remember what the hell it's called.
he's a body finder, locator for
There's another
the
word for it, but yeah, it's a corpse something or other, I think, or
Corpse
right
taker.
corpse broker.
I thought it was corpse taker.
it's none of those
He
things, but
actually
it's
no,
close.
he actually deals with the bodies, like taking them to
Right.
universities and stuff.
Right. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But yeah,
But anyway,
it's close, close. So yeah, Loyal will come down and take it away for discreet research. Yeah, off the grid. Hell, you can even make a little money off it if you want.
exactly.
He's a
That's what I was saying.
cadaver collector. That was the term.
Cadaver collector. There you go.
Cadaver collector. I knew it would come to me eventually. Yeah. So you even
Hey,
make
we got Loyal in the game. Woohoo!
you make a few shillings off of it.
Absolutely.
And Loyal
Definitely.
in his 7'10", 450-pound masked frame will carry the body off into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love Loyal Gibbs.
Yep. Big enough to be noticed and too big to be mentioned.
Yeah, for real. For real. What is he? He's a fucking strength 90, size 120, or is it strength 120 and size 90? I think it's strength.
I think his strength was like 120, right?
No, I think his strength is 90 and his size is 120, but I could be mistaken.
There you go. Yeah,
Something like that. It's ridiculous. So, all right.
He's an ogre.
So the body is taken away. It's late Friday night. Markham is reheating your dinner.
Well, yeah. So that was useless. But at least we tried. We definitely did try to give him some sort of relief. Good conscience. We couldn't let him be tortured in the insane asylum.
Yeah, he probably died in better comfort, and that is it. In his own time, rather than being
Exactly.
medicated and experimented on for who knows how long before he finally.
Or just neglected for a week at a time. At least he got to take a shower and have some food and clean clothes and all before he destroyed our carpets. Yeah, I guess we'll just compile data at this point.
Okay, compile away if you wish.
I'll quiz Markham to see if my rifle arrived.
No, nothing has arrived yet today, sir. But you only sent the letter this morning, so.
I did a telegram.
Telegram this morning.
Yeah.
It'll probably be here tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if we learnt an absolute lot today, except that life is cruel.
Yes, and
give me another idea roll. Actually, it's been a whole day. You've had a day to ruminate on it. August.
49. Yep, success.
You've been thinking about this all day. It's been bothering you. This masked man. And you keep trying to tie it. You're thinking maybe it has something to do with the Masons, yeah? And then you realize, well, who would be following yourselves or the C-Fun around, and who, is involved with the Masons? And you think Inspector Cleveland? No, he's not a Mason. And then you remember
the other one was
Sergeant James Mulverhill. Do you remember Sergeant James Mulverhill? Quentin?
Was he the one that sprung me talking to the guard outside of Bidwell's house?
Mm-hmm. That's the one. He's working under Inspector Cleveland. He's a Mason. He's the one who you talked to a couple of times about Mason business.
Right.
And
he's not.
He is of just the right stature to be the masked carriage driver, or gunman on the docks, if you prefer.
So no doubt whatever he's doing is under the direction of the guy in Scotland Yard, which is, who's that? Cleveland, is it?
Yeah, if you didn't mention out loud metagaming, you could go visit him and see if his hand is bandaged.
You actually, you would figure anything he's doing under the direction of Inspector Cleveland, he probably would not do under disguise. You figure
No.
he's
But if it's, I mean, yeah, as a police officer, but if he's doing it as Freemason,
yeah, it would have nothing to do with Inspector Cleveland. It would have
Mm.
specifically to do with the Masons. Yeah,
well, so who was the guy I was talking to at Scotland Yard about the Masons?
that was him, wasn't it?
Was that Mulver
Yeah,
Hill?
Mulverhill. Mulverhill.
Okay,
Same guy.
sorry, I thought they were two different people. Well, he probably wouldn't be there by now, would he? I don't know where he lives, but I can definitely go and see him tomorrow when he goes into his office.
Yeah,
Assuming it's
you
not the
could.
weekend or something.
Indeed, you could.
Hmm. Well, obviously, because that's Mason business, I'll keep that close to my chest.
No worries. I figured you would, but I just want to let you know. And because you were kind of on the right track earlier, so I wanted to give you the chance, you know.
Well, yeah, again, if you don't share it, you could always go check on him tomorrow, and if he's got the bandage on his hand.
Yeah, for sure.
So we move forward to Saturday the 19th.
Yes.
Now, anybody have any
And you're-
appointments for this day?
Do we recover anything mechanically overnight by any chance? Is that something we can
Oh.
pursue or no?
Hit points, perhaps. You could recover a hit point.
I don't
Indeed.
have any hit points. I'm not down any hit points.
I am.
What are you thinking? Sanity, luck?
What?
Is that what you're thinking?
Wait, you think I'm crazy? I'm just
No.
asking.
No, those come back per investigation, not per night.
Let's open another investigation.
Why don't you go buy a rabbit's paw or something like that? Pick a four-leaf clover.
There you go.
I am down hit points by the though, so
You
that would be
recover a hit
just
point.
annoying.
So will Gerard, who's also done hit points.
I do have one thing I need to do today on Saturday.
What is that?
I need to send a package to my sister. Her Christmas present.
Okay, very nice. What are you sending her?
A dress I made.
Nice. Where does she live?
Norwich.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. You get your package sent. Anybody else have any appointments or plans for Saturday?
No.
You lie, sir. You lie. You do have an appointment on Saturday because I have it written in my notes. You want to try again?
Complete. Yes, he has an appointment.
With?
The person that he has logged for his appointment.
No Namdak. I don't know what the hell the meeting's for, but I have it written down here. You have a meeting with No Namdak on Saturday the 19th.
That's right, because I asked for an immediate meeting, and it got delayed. Damn it. I believe we were following up. Christ, dude, I don't even remember. My brain is pudding.
Okay, you can skip it if you want.
No, there's no reason to skip it. That would be bad form.
So it's showing up and saying, I don't remember what the hell I wanted to meet you with.
Well, do we have anything that we could give him information wise with the
Is he in a war with the
Yeah,
Superman?
exactly. I'm gonna let him know that well, he would appreciate the dream thing. I'm gonna tell him that the psychic came to us with the information. I'm not gonna tell him that we had to dream.
Okay, so we flash
Yes,
forward a
I'm
little
gonna have
bit
the
into
meeting.
the
I'm gonna
later
have the
period
meeting.
of the morning.
Yes, I'm
You're
gonna have
in
the meeting.
that same opium den underneath Mrs. whatever her name is, Mrs. Fing, I think it was,
Mhm.
her Oriental antique shop or whatever it was. You're in the opium den underneath there. Same as always. He's there sitting on the mat, not smoking opium. He's got his four. Is it Blolo Young? What's the guy's name?
Yeah, Bolo
Yeah.
Young.
He's got his 4 Bolo Young clone bodyguards there. They look like quadruplets or whatever. So you tell him about the dream.
Yes,
Okay.
I understand you're much more busy these days. I hear things aren't going all that well. We had a psychic show up, and he passed along some information that doesn't really mean anything to us that might have some meaning for you. And I thought I would share it, and then I will let you get back to your business.
What do you mean?
And
Things are
it
not
was
going well.
there was some gutter talk about a turf war that the mundanes were starting to notice,
What did they say?
that the CFAN and your people were fighting on the streets, as it were.
Well, we discussed this the last time we met, but what have you heard that I haven't heard? You say it's not
Uh,
going well?
Not well for the
Are you
CFAN,
saying that I'm
hopefully.
losing?
No, I was hopefully referring to the CFAN.
I should actually bring up his image again too while I'm doing this. I love this guy.
That you're able to take the meeting, I suspect, just proves the fact that you're doing well, and that the CFAN are in fact on the run. So hopefully that this little bit of prophecy might come of some help to you, that something significant
Mm-hmm.
is wrapped around a yellow dragon breathing fire, spewing smoke everywhere, as as some sort of prophetic image. And we did a quick drive through the Limehouse area, and there were numerous examples of that, but it wasn't anything specific of meaning for us. But I thought maybe it might be more meaningful for you.
Well,
I
the
just thought I would
Sifan make
share.
their headquarters in the lair of the conquering worm. Or sorry, not the lair of the conquering worm, the house of the yellow dragon.
Well, see, again, I was hoping that it would have some sort of value for you, and it wasn't for me. But then again,
It's a Chinese restaurant on Goak Street in Limehouse. You must have overlooked it.
absolutely.
There's an opium den underneath. Fu
Hmm.
Manchu is still in China, so I have not wasted the resources, by which I mean lives, that would take to raid the place.
Well, I'll see if there's something we can't do on our end to perhaps get some police on them or something, some sort of certifications or licensing or something, shut them down at least temporarily. What was the name and the address again? I'll write it down.
The restaurant is called the House of the Yellow Dragon on Gawk Street.
House of Yellow Dragon,
Gawk Street as in Van Gogh.
Van Gogh Street.
It's owned by a man named Li Ho Fook.
Lee Ho Fook. Lee Ho Fook is now on my radar.
He is currently leading the Sifan while Fu Manchu hides away in the motherland.
Very good. See if we can't put some police attention on him in some way. If you don't have anything for me, I appreciate your time until something else interesting comes up.
Mm. I feel like you made the better end of this exchange.
That was not my intent. Is there this something I can do to resolve this insult of some sort?
Hmm. Well, I can tell you that Scotland Yard and the police are already well aware of the Sifan and Li Ho Fook and the House of the Yellow Dragon, and that to this date they have done nothing about it. Much like they have done nothing about this place. He gestures around him. Maybe you
see.
could rectify that. And then we could say we're even. Otherwise, you owe me.
Well, sir, I will do what I can.
I hope
And
that our next
hopefully,
meeting you will not come as empty handed.
I do apologize. My manners are off. I had a rather distressing week, but
He
hopefully
waves a
we.
hand dismissively and says, very well, you may leave.
Okay, very good. I'm going to go. Okay. Well, at least we have a point of direction. Lee Ho Fook.
I
There's
did
so
not
many
make
people.
that name up. It's actually in here.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Lee Ho Fook. It makes me think of Holy Fook, but whatever.
Yep. It's a man that could use it. He could eat a bullet, I think, and stir some stuff up. Okay, so House of the Yellow Dragon. We're going to put some people on that. All right, I'm going to go back into the house and share that information.
I mean, it'd be like midday by the time you get back to the house.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not late at all. You got a lot of day left.
Did you say it's Saturday?
It is Saturday the
correct.
19th of. Oh yes, of December. What's your luck? August.
33, I think.
Okay, your rifle has not yet arrived.
Also, I guess Mulver Hill probably won't be in his office on Saturday, but I'll go check anyway.
Mulver Hill will be in Scotland Yard, his office there, because there's an ongoing investigation into the murder of John Bidwell. Right? It hasn't been solved, has it? No.
No, it was just determined that he wasn't.
Yeah, I was just trying to
for the
remember.
Mason
I
positivity.
was just trying to remember if there was any reason why the Scotland Yard would have closed the investigation. But no, it's still open. So he's there.
They were trying to close the Ripper case on him, but
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Well, did they find the body of Hanson Bartlett yet?
Yeah.
Yes, they found his body with the body of
The two Chinese.
Wilhelm von Zorn in the warehouse, Duggan's warehouse, whatever it's called.
Right.
Right, and they didn't just pin the murder on him?
No, it's still considered an ongoing investigation.
Cool. Well, I'll see if I'm able to get some of his time.
He will make time to meet with you. So you get in there a little before noon. And he's there, and he does indeed have a bandage on his left hand. He says, Mr. Last name. Mr. Dunhampton.
Sergeant Mulverhill. And I'll reach to shake his hand and then sort of pointedly look at his left hand
Mm-hmm.
as I do so.
He just,
some accident, perhaps.
indeed. I'm afraid I suffered a mishap while I was cleaning up after dinner the other night. I broke a plate and cut my hand very badly.
I think I would just lock a level gaze. So a bit of eye prolonged. I'll let the eye contact kind of persist a little.
Imply
and
your
then
suspicion?
Smile. Yeah, or just like I think I know something kind
Right.
of look,
Mhm.
And
Is
I
there
say,
something I could help you with?
well, no doubt, good sir. Knowing the capabilities of Scotland Yard, I thought it best if we perhaps come together and show our cards, as it were. To best.
Show our cards.
best
That is
coordinate.
a very dangerous statement in the world in which you and I dwell in, Master Dunhampton. What cards exactly do you wish to see?
Well, perhaps you'll forgive me. I have of recent made some contact with someone who like to use, and I'll click my fingers. Uh, tarot, is it? Showing of the cards.
Yes, yes, I do believe you've been spending a lot of time around psychics and charlatans recently.
Well, no doubt, as I told you last time, I've done my best to protect the interests of our brothers and fellow
Indeed, you have, and
travelers.
you've done a very good job of it. Finding that diary, that was uh,
Mm.
that was instrumental.
Our case, our investigation persists, however, and we are somewhat at a standstill, although it is becoming more and more obvious that perhaps the Sifan themselves are heavily invested in this matter. I was wondering if perhaps you have any information regarding this.
Regarding the Sifan, brother to brother,
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
the Sifan are a very dangerous criminal organization. However, their danger is not considered as immediate or as prevalent as that of Namdak Yu Ying. As the Sifan are currently a threat to Namdak Yu Ying's power and a distraction, Scotland Yard's unofficial position is one that the Sifan should be allowed to persist so that they may continue to weaken more dangerous criminal elements within our city.
I see. Exhaust your enemies upon each other.
It sounds like something that brothers like you and I could understand.
Hmm. Well, perhaps
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, perhaps, at least for a time.
if if we were to show some favor or encouragement to one side or the other, we could raise the stakes, as it were, and have them make major moves rather than continue this dance for many years to come.
Well, it's often the interest in public order and safety that the dance continues rather than any one force become more powerful than the other.
But if one was to attack the other, you could sweep in at the end and gather up the remnants.
And wipe them both out,
Hmm,
and then someone else fills the vacuum. Better the devil you know.
very well. So you wish this situation just to persist?
Between the Sifan and the Chocho,
Hmm.
Scotland Yard does, most assuredly. Although, again, like I said, this is an unofficial position only.
Hmm. What if I was to tell you that one may gain supremacy sometime soon if we do not move against them?
Well, then I think it is time for a little bit of a forced balance to take place.
Hmm. Um,
What do you have in mind, and what do you mean precisely?
Sorry, it has been a while since the last game. My
That's okay.
impression was the Sifan were either strongly attempting to gain hold of the cube, or they possibly already had the cube.
They
I can't
probably already
remember.
have it. Yeah.
Hmm. Um, I have traveled abroad, as you know, and I have seen many strange things, and I have become I'm somewhat surprised to return to the sober civilization of London and to be confronted by strangeness once again. And there is some dabbling by the sea farm in the occult and the unusual, which could put them in a very dangerous position.
Ah, so you think a strike to reduce their power base is necessary for the interest of maintaining the balance?
Just so, sir.
You are a very wise man, Mr. Dunhampton. Of course, I suppose that would be why you're one of us. And he smiles.
Hmm. There is a possibility we could use Namdek to at least weaken himself in this, and perhaps um, he would owe Scotland Yard or yourself or whoever you think is most the best place to traffic with such a man. He may owe you a favor.
He owes us many favors already, but
Hmm.
yes, no, I will take your advice under advisement, and I will speak with Inspector Cleveland. Do you have anything in mind specifically as pertains to your own personal interest in this situation? A target,
Well, we have.
perhaps?
So did I leave? I left um, before Ruben returned.
Oh, right. As far as
Or would-
knowing about the restaurant and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Okay. I would, but I know that he went there to meet with Namdek.
Hmm.
Would you have told us that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah, you know he went to meet with
Yeah.
Namdek. Yeah.
We well, one of my friends uh, is investigating such leads. But no
Yes, Mr.
doubt you
Carmichael
already.
Brand. He's had many meetings with Namdek Yu Ying. We're quite aware.
Hmm. So I guess he is feeling out to see uh, what is the best place to target. But no doubt you're well informed enough to know their headquarters.
Very well. Well, it will take some time for me to speak with Inspector Cleveland and to get to met the information passed up the chain as bureaucracy demands. If anything
And
else develops, of course, you know to find me. I'll be here all day.
well, and if we could coordinate with you, I believe there is some specific knowledge we possess which may be of assistance regarding certain.
A cooperative raid, you um, are
If
suggesting?
such thing is if such thing is possible, we could perhaps, well, what do they say in the West? Be deputized or come on as consultants.
I could
At least,
definitely see plenty of reason for Scotland Yard to coordinate with the Hudson and Brand Agency, given your recent contributions to order in the city.
very well. Well, then, we shall await your notice.
Very well. Thank you for the information, Mr. Dunhampton. You are an exemplary citizen of the nation of England and the city of London,
Well,
and
we,
a commendable brother as well. And he offers you one of the Masonic handshakes.
hmm, and he'll nod his head and he'll say, we'll seek to stand under the arch and between the pillars of mercy and cruelty as best we're able and find a path across the checkerboard.
Indeed. Very well. I suspect we will speak very soon.
Yeah, I'll bid him farewell and return. Turn to the agency. At which point, I'd probably tell you guys, but under the
By the time you
guise of
get back,
him.
Ruben will be back too. So it all works out. It's about midday.
Yeah, he definitely would share his information that Namdek was looking for a little leverage, and that it seems that our symbol has been associated with the house of the Yellow Dragon, a restaurant with an opium den on Van Gogh Street, and there's a Lihu Fook who we could put our eye upon our target.
Well, sirs, I spoke with one of the sergeants overseeing the case here, and put forth the idea that perhaps the Sifan are more dangerous than they had previously considered, and perhaps there is a possibility of your friend Namdek, Scotland Yard, and ourselves making a combined effort against them.
Against the Sifan?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
They have at least attempted to murder us all, and the evidence mounts that perhaps they have secured the cube.
So what are you thinking? A direct hit
Well,
on the facility?
I guess that is the only target we have at this point. That is their very den, sirs. How best to do it may require some coordination with the yard and this Namdek.
The doorbell rings. Markham, of course, will answer it. Master, whoa. Hope you feel better.
Wow.
Master Albie has arrived, sir. He's very excited. He do I still have his image?
It was
No, I
the
don't.
creaking door, no doubt.
Of course. It's a loud door.
The duck.
Master Albie comes rushing in. Mr. Brand Carmichael,
Yes, Albie.
we've seen your man, sir. We saw a man of Chinese descent. Oh, he wouldn't say that. Jesus Christ. He said, we saw a Chinese man walking into a restaurant in Limehouse trying to hide a large crystal cube that he was carrying, sir. They're at the house of the Yellow Dragon, sir, on Gawk Street.
Oh.
One of my boys spotted him with his own eyes not an hour ago.
Albie, get yourself some food. Take it back to your mom and the guys, and we're on it. Thank you.
No offense, sir, but my mom she has plenty of food, sir.
Then grab the gin if you need, boy.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well done. He's gonna make sure to give him whatever the appropriate tip to share would be.
Sure. Give him a sovereign. That'd be a nice big tip.
Oh, absolutely.
I think a sovereign is 21 shillings, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah, 21, yeah.
Spread it around.
It's 1 shilling more than a pound.
Right.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's probably like a quarter mark or some
I don't know.
rubbish
It's
like that.
such an interesting monetary system.
What's the time of day?
This is just after noon.
Okay, well,
Like literally 15 minutes after you guys started correlating information.
let us start loading for Bear, and you get in touch with your contact. Let's what's the closest phone? We can just ring him. Whatever the closest phone that we have access to.
Telephone.
I think you guys have a phone.
I wasn't sure if we determined we had a phone or not.
I can't remember. Maybe you didn't. What's your luck? Oh Jesus, no, you don't. Maybe you do, but it's out of order. I don't know.
Fair enough. The
But yeah,
closest phone we have access to,
okay.
and then have you call your man at the yard, let him know that we've had something of an immediate nature and we need to act on it. And if the yard could be there, then that would be great.
Okay.
And let him know that there's I don't know. We could lie and say that the boy saw carrying in a bale of heroin or something good.
Heroin's not illegal in the 1890s.
How about a basket full of
Explosives.
babies? A basket full of white babies.
Right. Okay.
Whatever you need to say to get him involved, but it appears that the cube is in the restaurant.
Um,
I'm all for burning the restaurant to the ground and then looking for the cube afterwards.
I see.
But just to say it out loud.
Oh, it's nighttime right now, right?
It's noon.
Oh, noon. Sorry, man. You've been inside the house all day. You didn't know. Okay.
I'd probably just tell him that the danger has escalated. We need to move quickly. Here's the thing, I guess. Like, do we want to get in there ourselves first? Like, how do we want to do the timing of this? I mean, it's more risk to us if we try and go in first, but we have a greater chance of securing the cube for ourselves without it being.
Well, if the yard gets the cube, then we'll most likely be involved as a consultant and we can still get the cube. If we go in and start a ruckus and can't finish it, they're going to get away.
Give me an idea roll. Anybody involved in this conversation?
37 success.
No, 95.
There is the danger, of course, that if the yard gets the cube, somebody stares into it and gets possessed by a Yakubian. The yard is not aware of the capabilities of the cube, whereas at least dream-wise, you're pretty sure you are.
What we need to do as well is maybe we'll get like a pewter box with like a bit of velvet in it or something, because I know pewter.
I was thinking about this. Anybody that deals with photography might have those lead plates.
Yes, lead. That's what I was thinking.
Pewter's
and
got
then we
lead
could
in it
easily
anyway.
we could easily throw a handful of those plates in a box and make a lead line box.
From
That's
your
smart,
dream,
and it'd be quick to throw
Quick.
together.
Yeah, he might even have photography equipment on
The
hand.
pewter box is a nice idea, but it would take some time to put it all together and try to get, if somebody doesn't have one ready, you'd have to get one made. Whereas the photography equipment, photography is a big thing in the 1890s.
Yeah, we might
lots-
actually have some on hand, probably.
from your dream, you said that. I know you're talking about some sort of mysterious radiation or something, but from how am I trying to word this here and not sound like I know what I'm talking about? Is it something that needs to be worried about immediately, this mysterious radiation, or is it something that can be dealt with at a later time?
I think the radiation means that the entities can transmit into your brain and take over. So
Even
yeah,
without
immediate.
looking into it?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Were you not in the same room as it before without ill effect?
You were.
Yeah, we were in the same room, but
you were
it
at the
hadn't
same
been
table.
activated.
The main thing's not to touch it, I think.
Then perhaps prepare the box, but rather than haul a box around with you, leave it in the carriage
August,
and bring a.
Give me an idea roll. Sorry.
And
Continue
bring a
on.
velvet, and leave the box in the carriage and bring a velvet rope with you, or a velvet bag with you that would block all sight of it. To carry it out and place it into the box. That way you're not hauling around such an item.
Did you fail again? Yeah.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay.
I believe that is a sound idea. The main consideration with the box is that we believe it is some kind of beacon or transmitting device, and we wish to interrupt that. But from my dream, I recall the I was only taken by this creature, this alien mind, once I held the cube and looked within it. Was it immediately when I touched it, or did I have to actually look into it? Like, what was
when you
the
were possessed.
dreaming? Yeah,
Okay, it was when you looked into it. That's what I've been giving you these
yeah,
idea rolls for, but you keep
yeah,
missing
yeah.
them. Yep.
Oh,
As
that's
soon
all
as
right.
you
No,
looked
I
into
was
it, that's
aware
when
of
you
that.
were possessed. You were holding it actually for a
Mm,
little bit before, no problem. But
mm,
then you looked at it, tried to interface with it, and that's when you were taken over.
mm. Yeah, well, I'll share this possibly qualifying information, even though it was only a dream. But prophetic dream, maybe. So, what weapons can we suit up if we want to move first? And possibly what we can do is use Scotland Yard as kind of a backup. So
Well, if we get
we can.
Scotland Yard in there, then we're not going to be able to burn the building down.
Well, we don't
Yeah,
need to.
especially
We
since
need
it's
to
a
get the cube.
restaurant, a busy restaurant. There's going to be
If you
civilians in
start
there.
burning it down, everyone's going to flee from it.
And
Well,
except for
if
So,
the
whoever,
door if the doors aren't locked.
except for
And that
whoever
was,
happens to be in the opium den in the basement.
and that was something else I wanted to consider. That, well, I've read novels before. These folk tend to have some sort of secret exit for these places, do they not?
Maybe we could get the
When
yard involved and we could watch the exits and see if anybody runs out and deal with them.
hmm,
Oh, those exits should be tunnels underneath the city. I mean, underneath the buildings to another
and
building.
then
That's what they usually.
I mean, you've personally experienced tunnels underneath the city in your very first investigation. So, granted,
Indeed.
Gerard wasn't there. I don't think. Neither was Belgrave. But Ruben, you definitely
what?
were. August was there too.
Uh,
There was a tiger.
um,
Remember?
yeah. Well, are these places open to like whiteys? Can we go down into the opium den?
Oh, I mean, if you pay the money, yeah, you can usually get down.
Because what we could do is get Namdek to start something while we're in there somewhere else, and that will draw a lot of the fighting people away. And then we can make a play for the cube, and then Scotland Yard can sweep in to secure the site. How about that?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, that works for me. But we need to act immediately.
How are you gonna get a message to
Well,
Namdek immediately?
well, we'll get Scotland Yard to take care of that because he's not going to take our word for
Mhm.
Scotland Yard's interests. That's best taken care of by Mulverhill, I would assume, because they need to. He needs to know they're not going to.
I don't know that we want to get Namdek involved because he's going to want the cube.
Well, but he's not going to be there. He's going to be somewhere else, just starting something to distract the sea farm. Because that way, the sea farm will need to reinforce. They'll need to represent. So they'll hopefully it'll draw some of their forces away from the Yellow Dragon, and then we can make a play for the cube. Because I doubt whether they'd take the cube out. They'd be working on it, trying to do something.
Okay, so you get in touch with your contact at Scotland Yard, and I will get in touch with Namdek again.
Yeah, it was probably the only thing I would ask you, Ian, is what was my impression, because I mentioned a few things about occult subjects. Did I get any read on his attitude to those?
On Mulverhill's attitude towards occult subjects?
Well, I mentioned the occult and the fact that there was occult dangers or supernatural dangers, and I'm not sure if he of what weight he put on those. He obviously didn't like scoff or laugh or whatever.
Give
but,
me a psychology roll.
oh, yeah, fail.
You don't think he took it very seriously at all?
Okay. I'll just have to change my language if that's the case. Just
I mean, you know, like he is a Mason, of course. He has enough belief in the occult,
yeah.
but he didn't seem overly worried or concerned. You know.
Yeah, I mean, sort of religion and occult is like two different things in a way. Because I mean, in some ways, it's just a fraternity, secular
True
fraternity.
enough.
Even
Although in this particular time period, there was a lot of spiritualism going on
mm,
and that kind of stuff too.
true,
But
true. Well, I will phone him. Probably it not occurring to me that lines might not be secure or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know if that was
The
really much of a concern at the time.
well, I know you had people operators and stuff, but
Hmm.
um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Sergeant Mulverhill.
Sergeant, I'm afraid
Dunhampton.
things have progressed somewhat, and we may need to hasten our involvement. The agency itself will be moving to interrupt this escalation.
Oh,
Um,
you must have something hot then.
hmm, we have its suspicions at this stage, but we so far my companion, which you have identified as being a contact of Namdek, has said that Namdek is willing to work with the Yard if it is somewhat to their interest. If we were to um, enter into this establishment, Yellow Dragon, perhaps saying we wish to find some of this blinding smoke, opium vapors or whatnot. Um, and perhaps if Namdek was to threaten their territory, it would draw some of their men away into some kind of battle in an alleyway somewhere. We could attempt to lock down um, the ringleader of the Sifan, and then perhaps Scotland Yard would be able to save the day there at the end and secure the site.
Very well. How much time do you need?
How long would it take for us to get there? I'll make a quick estimate.
Half an hour. Sorry. Oh, am I muted? No. Yeah, about half an hour.
No, sorry, I just had someone
Oh,
asking me
okay.
questions.
No, I was just looking because the one remaining lamp in my living room was starting to flash, so I was afraid I was about to be cast in darkness. So, yeah, about half an hour.
Yeah, I'm thinking about possibly an hour. We'll have to get our guns, get in the coach, and then so probably an hour, I would say,
Very well.
until
We will be there.
they make their move. Does that sound about right?
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I,
1 hour, sir.
In the meantime, while he's
I'm
doing
putting a
that,
lot of faith in your word here, Dunhampton. Of course, if this goes poorly,
Well, then it shall be my life that is most endangered, sir.
very
Mine
well.
and my friends.
We'll see you at the House of the Yellow Dragon then. He hangs up.
in the meantime, Ruben's going to make a run to the opium den of hotness to try to catch up with Namdek again.
All right, that's about a half an hour away.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay, knowing that,
Hang on, because isn't that in the same area
I
as
was
where
gonna
we want to
say,
go?
As
yeah.
the House of the Yellow Dragon, yes, not too far.
So we'll get all our equipment set up. Now, what guns do we want to take and stuff? Obviously, we can't go packing too much down.
Yeah,
into the-
shotgun and pistol for Ruben.
Yeah, you're gonna be walking into a restaurant, so
Right.
Hmm.
In the carriage, he's gonna have shotgun and pistol.
Yeah, I'll do the same probably. My goddamn elephant gun hasn't arrived, does it? Has it?
oh,
What have you got there?
hold on. No, it has not yet. It's gonna be
Good
there
thing there's no
this
elephants.
evening.
Never mind. I feel a little naked, but I'll just go with a shotgun.
I'm confident we have an elephant gun in the parlor.
You don't say. Let me have a look.
There's a whole armory in there,
Was
dude.
there one in there? I think there might have been.
I'm confident there was an elephant gun because our Prussian was so excited to have access to this elephant gun.
I think you're right. Call Cthulhu books.
If there was not an elephant gun,
Yes.
that classic, I know there was a gun of that same type of caliber.
Hudson and Brand. Now I'm looking for pass all the cases into golden square in its environments. Right, the safe, the house, the this and that, the gun cabinet. Pow. That's probably what we want to look at right there, isn't it? Okay. Yep, there is a greener double elephant rifle. Look at that.
Lovely. I should take that.
Stats, of course, are on another page. I'll keep scrolling. Curios.
It's called 46. We'll let it go at that.
No, I've gone too far. Maybe not. Maybe it's towards the end. The artifacts curios. Yeah, that'd probably be where it is. Artifacts, shotguns, rifles. Here we go. I found it. So the greener double. Which one is this here? That's a double-barreled shotgun. Rifles. Sorry. The greener. That's not the one. Here it is. Double elephant rifle. It does 3d6 plus 2 damage. Base range of 70 yards. 1 or 2 uses per round. It's a double, right? Breech loading. 2 bullets, capacity. Malfunctions only on a 100. Okay? There we go. If you want me to repeat
Can I just use the stats in the rulebook? It's 3d6 plus 4, 100 yards.
2d6 plus 4?
3d6 plus 4.
Oh.
Just in the Call of Cthulhu
no,
book.
this is the one that's in the Hudson Brand gun cabinet.
Okay, so what was it? 3d6 plus
3d6
2,
plus 2.
70 yards?
Yep, 70 yards.
Okay.
Malfunctions on a 0-0. Bullets 2.
Yep.
You can fire 1 or 2 per round. Yep. That's it.
Yep. No worries.
No worries. It's a specific one that's in the Hudson Brand collection. So yours probably would use the Call of Cthulhu stats. The core rule stats, I mean. Okay. So then you guys all go together to the opium den so you can meet up with Namdak. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna at least try to see if he's there, and if not there,
roll your luck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, serious. Why?
I have a 4. Stand by. I know you're going to be surprised by this, but he didn't make it. Got a 52.
Okay, no, he's not there.
Are there any nefarious types there, or strictly the lady running the shop?
The lady running the shop is the most nefarious one of the bunch. Of course, she looks completely innocent, but
fair enough. Tell her to pass information to Namdak. It's absolutely imperative that the House of the Yellow Dragon will be assaulted within the hour.
I let him know, but no see him for a couple of days.
He was here this morning.
I no see him for a couple more days.
Very good. And we're out the door.
I tell him on Monday.
Well, he has people that work for him. Tell them.
I work for him. You think I know work?
And he's out the door.
Okay. Fucking Guailung. All right. Now, over to the House of the Yellow Dragon.
Indeed.
Okay. So, the House of the Yellow Dragon, you find, is a dark, filthy Chinese restaurant on Gok Street. Do I have? I wonder how I did the map for this, if I did the map for this. RPG stuff, scenarios. Excuse me, Eyes of a Stranger. Yeah, of course I did it all as one fucking image, didn't I? Let's see if I do that. And then I can do this. I think that will work. Yeah, that works. More or less. There you go. There's the House of the Yellow Dragon layout, basically. Okay. So, you can see the main entrance on the kind of south end there, talking just simply strictly cardinal rules wise. Each of those little kind of L-shaped things, those are like booth-like areas where people sit. It's semi-private. Of course, you can see the doors leading into the kitchen and more. You can see the men's and women's restrooms. From the kitchen, there's linen and pantry, whatever, but you can't see all that necessarily. You just see the restaurant itself as you walk in. Now, here, you are met by, oops, come on, fucking Windows. Okay, there we go. A slightly built, but slightly built. I think slightly built and still very spry Chinaman in his late 50s with a very thin graying mustache, dressed in black robes chased with red and yellow dragon designs. He walks forward and says, good afternoon. Welcome to the House of the Yellow Dragon. Would you like a table for 4?
Yes, sir.
Very well.
I'll be looking somewhat imperious, if uncomfortable.
He'll lead you to he'll take you to the left once you come in. To the left, it takes you to kind of like the corner section there, the southwest corner. I don't know if it's actually southwest, but just as far as the
that progressed a lot quicker than I was thinking it was, so I don't think he came in with his shotgun.
Oh,
so.
no, I'm guessing you didn't come in with shotguns. I apologize.
Yeah,
Did you walk in with shotguns?
No.
Then it would have been a little bit different.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Just got my pistol there.
Okay. Sorry.
Hang on. Is that so? What are they? So they're all booths, are they? Or I'm confused.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, they're like little, almost like stalls. You know what I mean? They've got kind of like screens, as it were, to make them semi-private.
Ah, I see. Okay.
That's the word I was looking for. Screens.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you like menu or you like chef's recommendation?
Well, I'm not quite sure if I'll even be able to. I mean, do you have a menu in the Queen's English?
No, only Chinese. You read Chinese,
Well,
yes?
I can't read those. Chicken scratching.
Oh, well, chef's recommendation for 4. Yes. And he turns to start walking away.
No cat.
Wow. Never mind. Ruben speaks and reads Chinese, but
I know he does.
Hey, he's just gonna let that one go.
Hey, I'm just role playing here.
No, you're good.
Victorian gentleman.
Okay. Just sit around waiting for about 15 minutes for the food to be brought out.
This is not getting us any closer to the cube, gentlemen.
Unless you want to do something before the 15 minutes is up, of course.
Well,
They'll bring you.
Are
They'll
we
bring you
awake?
water
Are we awaiting your friend's
and tea if you like.
appearance?
They're not coming. We're gonna have to rely on your friends.
Oh, I
Timing
see.
timing was not prudent.
Everything
How
okay, gentlemen? You
disappointing.
don't like tea?
Tea is good. Perhaps. I say, do you perhaps have smoke of the dragon on the menu?
Oh, you want opium?
Well, I'll look around as if as if I might be sprung at
You have
this act
shillings?
in good society. My lady, I am a man of
This is a
means.
gentleman with a wiry silver mustache.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay. Maybe you missed the
My good man.
description earlier.
My good man, I am a man of means. You should fear not for my finances.
Very well. Who wants opium? All of you?
Uh, what? Are we to have it here?
No, no. Follow me. Follow me. We keep food warm. You eat later.
How would we be going on the 1 hour?
The 1 hour. You're about halfway there. Getting
Oh, it
getting
took
to be about halfway there.
it took half an
Well,
hour to get.
there's maybe 15 minutes. Sorry. So you're about a little over a quarter of the way there. Apologies.
Oh, you mean we've got 15 minutes left?
No, you got like
30.
45 minutes left.
But I
Oh,
thought
wait. No,
I
sorry,
was on.
sorry. That was before you talked to Namdek,
Yeah.
right? Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You'd have about 15 minutes left. Apologies.
Okay.
It's been a long day. I'm very tired. It's 5 o'clock
No,
in the morning.
no. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah, you got about 15 minutes left before the Scotland Yard shows up and just fucking gangbusts the place. He starts leading you, anyway, to a compartment along the back wall, which you might see on the map there with the 3 dots.
I'll follow.
Come, gentlemen. Adventure awaits.
Once inside that compartment, he closes the curtain and opens a secret door. A mountainous tattooed man with a single long braid of hair hanging down the back of his neck stands there. He looks at you all, and who's at front?
August.
August. He gestures for you to raise your arms.
Oh, very well
He
then.
begins
I
patting you
say,
down.
and no. And then I get out my wallet and I hand him, I don't know, a £5 note.
He takes it, and he grabs your wallet. He takes that.
What's going on here?
Raise your arms. Pat you down. No weapons.
Well, I say, this is a much. What an affront. But I guess if he looks,
What
If it
what
looks
is the
like a-
other what is the other situation with people in the immediate area?
There are people eating in other booths nearby, but not obviously in this compartment. The restaurant
I
looks to
glare.
be pretty full.
oh, so this is still in the restaurant floor, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was on the other side of the secret door.
He is on the other side of the secret door, but I'm just saying the booths are nearby. Sorry.
So
Well-
how thick is this secret door? Is it just like a screen kind of thing?
No, it's a decent sized door. Behind him, anyway, there's a set of stairs leading down.
And we've still got the other maitre d' kind of gentleman.
The 50-year-old gentleman, yes. Oh, my light's dying. Fuck me.
Well, I guess if he looks like he's committed to this action, I guess I better relent. Otherwise,
Ruben is going to draw
There
his
is
cane
nothing
sword.
about Guanlun that does not look serious.
going to draw a chain sword and run him through.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Committed.
Okay. Roll attack.
He's gonna take your gun, so that we pretty much are.
Yep.
We are committed.
So I guess I would
You
step
go to draw
to.
your sword. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He pulls a pistol. And the old man says, wait, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is nice Chinese restaurant. You don't want to leave weapons and no opium for you. Just go, just go. Why you want to kill my people?
Give him his wallet back.
He sparks in Chinese at the guy. The guy hands you your
Keep-
wallet back.
Well,
What's wrong with you? Guai Lung, so violent all the time. Everything dramatic in London.
well, I'd say we just. This is our first time in such a place, and
You go now
would-
or I call police.
Well, so running an opium den is legal. I take
Oh
it.
yeah, totally. I mean, it's dodgy, but it's not illegal. I don't think it's illegal. Don't think much
Well-
was illegal as far as drugs went in the 1890s.
I doubt
Well-
much non-white stuff was legal legally.
True. Yeah.
God, man, I think we've
Give
gotta
me
commit.
an idea roll.
Everybody.
I think I'm.
Yeah.
think I'm just
Anybody
gonna-
present in the moment.
10.
Belgrave,
That's a
Ruben.
success.
Yeah.
The middle success.
You realize
the hard
this old
success.
man is probably Li Hofuk. He's not just a waiter.
Mm-hmm.
He said my restaurant.
Ah.
It wasn't until 1910 that they had to dismantle the opium operations.
There you go.
Okay, so
Can I draw my gun and grab Ho Fook and put the gun to his head?
You can
Or
try.
like step.
What's your
um,
dexterity?
Good question.
Oh yeah, I don't have that thing open.
This is pretty funny. On the page that I found it on, there is a image of a book
75.
called "The Mystery of Dr. Fu Manchu."
Interesting.
mhm.
Cool. Sorry, what did you say it was? 75?
75.
Oh, you're super fast. Let me just double check here. Guanglun is not that fast, and
Oh shit, he's got a pistol out there, isn't he?
he does have a pistol
So-
out. It's true, but
That gives
but
him plus
Li Hofuk has
50
been
initiative.
found to calm down. Li Hofuk. Oh, Li Hofuk is faster. No, he's not. He has 75.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, he has 70. Yeah, you can pull a gun and put it to his head.
Okay.
At which
see.
point, then the other guy points the gun at, well, you. So it's like a kind of Mexican standoff situation.
Mm-hmm. I would suggest you tell your savage to put down his gun.
What are you doing? What are
Ruben,
you? Are you
Ruben,
police?
Ruben tells him to put his gun down in Chinese.
He looks at Li Hofuk, and Li Hofuk like looks at Ruben and says, "What's going on here? What this about? This about bastard in basement?"
This is about. Oh shit! I'll look over at Ruben and I'll say, "This is about Namdek."
Oh,
What?
did you say that out loud?
You
Yep.
you with
Oh,
Yu Ying?
Jesus.
Namdek.
He looks at
wants
you because
the
you were
cube.
speaking in Chinese. Ruben.
No one is with Yu Ying. Are you with Manchu?
I don't know who you speak of. I only know of bastard in basement with machine.
Mm.
We are here for the machine in Chinese.
Why? What do you want? What do you want with him? You going to kill him? Arrest him? Get him out of my
Yes.
fucking restaurant?
I will get him out of your restaurant and then arrest him and kill him in Chinese.
You no hurt my people? My
No hurt your
customers?
people.
What about Namdak? He says, looking kind of. Well, he can't look at August. August is behind him with a pistol to his head. But
Does it look like we're with Namdek?
yes, very much.
No, we are not.
Fine. You go take care of bastard in basement. I look other way. I'll empty restaurant now. But you get him out of here. I want no more of his trouble.
He'll say in Chinese to the big man, lead the way to the basement.
Do what he say, Guanglun. You let him go, August?
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Let us get our rifles from the cart, from the coach.
You have more guns?
I'll head out that way.
Okay. Come back with an armful of fucking rifles and shotguns?
Well, yep. I imagine they're like in a
Oh,
bag
yeah.
or in a sling or something.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'll just
Shot
get my
back.
shotgun.
Yep. Shotguns in hand. Let's go.
All right. I'm strong enough to carry all that easily.
Okay. Whew. Man. That was tense. So he finally lets you go without. There's a door at the top of the stairs, securely locked, but he unlocks it. There's a man behind the door who looks at you and says, shillings. And Guanglun just kind of grunts, goes, shakes his head. And the guy says, no shillings then. You may pass. And he looks at your guns and wide-eyed. So the door being now unbolted and opened, there's a hall. You go downstairs, and there's a hall ending at another heavy door with an eye slot. These doors are actually made of thick wood, it says here, reinforced with steel bars. Get to the second door, and that door is not locked. It's just closed. So you want to open it up?
Indeed. I'm
I
assuming
presume.
the big guy's opening up. He's leading us.
No. He didn't go down with you. Actually, he got you past the guy at the other door and let you go.
Gotcha. Then yes. Whoever's the best shot would go first, I would hope.
Who is the best shot? Probably August, yeah?
I'm hoping so.
Yep.
With a shotgun, we're looking at 36 for Ruben.
So beyond the second door is a large room filled with dark recesses, large pillows, and thick stale smoke. In the center of the room is a table upon which rest opium and several pipes. There are numerous men, both Asian and Occidental, reclining on pillows or in shadowy niches, smoking opium out of long pipes. You may even recognize a few familiar faces among the patrons. Most of them look to be oblivious to their surroundings. Some are even sleeping. The more lucid of these customers eye you when you enter, but they don't seem to make any movement to interfere as you come walking in loaded up with these big-ass guns. They look a little bit nervous, maybe, but you would guess that anybody in this particular room, this is the opium den room, any of these people look to be probably too intoxicated to pose any real threat to you. There's a large golden statue of the Buddha standing against the wall to the east. And as you're standing there, you see the Buddha slide to one side and a pair of Sifan thugs basically come out of a hidden door. The statue then slides back into place behind them.
I'm assuming that's where we need to go.
And they see you, and they like freeze in their tracks as they reach for the knives that they're carrying and realize you guys have rifles and shotguns.
Yeah.
In Chinese, you will tell them to hit the floor.
Give me an intimidate or something roll. Intimidate
All
probably best.
right. Finally, something that's not persuade.
Or psychology, right?
Right. No, psychology's okay. 27, and his intimidate is it's only a 35. So he is
They hit the
just a
floor.
big.
They hit the floor.
Oh, fair
That's a
enough.
success. 27 out of 35 still a success. They hit the floor.
And
They
now
offer
we
no
will go
protest.
I'm sorry.
Is there
They offer
some
no
sashes?
protest.
Is there some sashes or something we can tie them up with? I'll probably keep them covered with my shotgun, and
I'm sure
I will
there's something.
proceed to search them, throw their knives across the floor, and then hog tie them.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of
and
blankets or something around at least.
gag them as well.
And then drag
Um,
them and toss them onto one of the opium pillows.
Like one of the mats.
Hmm.
Yeah, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we
With
ready,
my
lads?
bandaged and bloody face.
The Invisible Man.
So to try to figure out how to open the trip mechanism for the statue.
He's going to hold up one of the guys by his hair and tell him in Chinese, open the door.
Okay, he opens the door.
Well, it's hog-tied, but
It doesn't matter.
He
Just
tells
tell
you how to open the door.
Right.
So the door swings open, and behind the Buddha is the room on the bottom right of the map. Taking up the better part of this room, of one wall, is a strange device. A mass of wires, gears, cranks, and bowl-shaped dishes. Within the tangle of mechanical parts, you see the crystalline cube. There's an odd buzzing and crackling sound emanating from the machine, which appears to be powered by both steam and electricity. Gears turn, wires vibrate, and the dishes rotate at various angles. Anybody have electrical repair or physics?
Electrical repair. Mechanical repair.
I do not
Okay.
see electrical repair on
I
my
don't even
sheet.
see it as an option.
Oh, it might not be an option. In the fucking
Mechanical repair is there, but I only have it at base.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, let's make it simple. Let's make a mechanical repair roll. Let me know if anybody succeeds.
I did not.
No, 47 does not make it. I'm not spending 50 points of luck.
Okay.
Is there anybody in there?
Yes, there's gonna be lots of people. I just got to describe everything. Sorry. Okay. First,
Okay.
taking in the machine. There's also a long workbench here, cluttered with tools and assorted bits and pieces of machinery. Now, let me get moving on here. Let's see here. Anything else? One end of the room has been made into a shrine with candles lit and incense clouding the air. On a raised pedestal amidst the candles and the smoke is a strangely glowing sphere. As you look at the sphere, you can almost feel something probing your minds, and you recognize this sphere from your dream. It is what you recognize as the Great Old One, Yuk-Shab, and it is currently scanning your minds as you enter the room, trying to discover your reasons for coming here. Now, that will require sanity rolls, please.
Hold on.
There are.
Success.
Oh yeah, let me roll some dice to tell you how many.
Basic set. Just
Fail.
made it.
There are also 8 Sifan kneeling before the machine between the Yuk-Shub and the machine itself. Yeah. The machine is directing all dishes towards a single point on the wall. Also, standing beside the machine, there is another Sifan man standing there, looking to hold some kind of position of authority as he's not kneeling as the others are. Somebody passed that sanity roll, yeah?
Yes, Ruben.
You
Nope.
lose no sanity. Who failed?
I failed.
You lose 3 points of sanity.
Oof.
Does that take you to your threshold? No, you haven't lost much. Right.
I haven't lost any of this adventure so far.
Right. How did Gerard do? You pass that sanity roll?
Yes, he got 11.
Okay, so you don't lose any sanity. And how did Augie do? Excuse me.
Pass.
Okay, you lose a set. Okay, good. So all of those people in the room are intent on this. The humming steam spouting device rattles and shudders, and the wall that it's targeting begins to shimmer, and a hazy tunnel starts to form, not unlike the one you saw in your dream. And everyone, including the one standing beside the machine, are now intent on this forming gate. Now, nobody's had a bout of madness. Nobody lost enough sanity. What would you like to do?
I want to unload my pistol.
Ruben
into the
has an
machine.
85 dex.
Mhm.
So he's going to unload his shotgun on the machine.
Okay, no, I'm just checking your intentions. Cool. August, what's your intention?
Yeah, I was gonna try and knock the cube out of the machine.
Okay, so you're planning to attack the cube. The other two are attacking the machine directly. That makes sense.
Yeah, like butt of.
Now,
Sorry, just to clarify, I would step behind the machine. So if anyone was shooting at me, they would risk the machine, and then try and use the butt of the shotgun just to knock the cube out.
okay.
But that would be after Ruben unloads.
Wait a minute. Where the fuck is Yuksheb?
Now, looking at the machine, not being a mechanic, but some parts are more fiddly than other parts. So he's going to aim for something that's, if there's anything that could be described as delicate or intricate, he's going to go for that.
Yep.
Is,
I
those
getcha.
focusing things that are focusing, what are they? They're like the dishes or something.
The dishes,
Yeah, they
It's
seem to be kind of creating this tunnel in the wall.
If nothing else seems to be a reasonable target, then the dishes would probably be a good starting point.
I'm just looking for this spell real quick. 1 second.
You can just say it takes like 3 rounds and we'll get back to it.
What, for you to aim?
No, for it to go off.
No, it's instantaneous.
Damn it.
So who is it going to target first?
The kneeling C-fan.
It's going to target Ruben.
Of course.
He's the fastest, and he's the one who came in right away thinking, I'm going to shotgun the fuck out of this thing. Okay. Is there... Yes, power. Roll power, please.
Power.
And tell me what
All
level of
right.
success you get.
Oh, no. It's a 38. I don't even know what his power is. Hold on. Power 45. So for a standard level of success.
Okay, do you have enough sanity to make that a hard success?
Enough sanity?
Oh, sorry, enough luck?
No way.
Okay, you lose 5 sanity points immediately.
Jesus Christ.
Roll a d10 for your bout of madness.
6. A 1.
You have no memory of any events since the last time you were in a place of safety, which would be before the seance, really, probably, or maybe at this, and even before the seance. You have no memory of what the hell's going on.
Okay.
The last thing you remember is you were invited to a party at John Bidwell's house, and now you're standing in this weird basement with all these weird Chinese guys standing around, and a shotgun in your hand.
Pointing it at a weird machine. Got it.
Right.
He pulls the trigger.
You won't be doing anything for a round because you're having bout of madness. Oh, yeah, roll d10. You won't be doing anything for 3 rounds.
Jesus Christ. Fair enough.
Continuing on with initiative. Let me check out. Yeah, so next on initiative, I think would be, let's see, Belger's on 50, Gerard's on 50, and Dunhampton's
I'm
on 75.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, go ahead, Dunhampton. What do you do?
Okay, so I step behind the machine and attempt to knock the cube out of its place with the butt of my shotgun.
Okay, roll an attack.
Is
Or
it
just roll
like
damage.
brawl?
Just roll damage. So you don't have to roll attack. It's like a point blank. Just roll damage. Yeah, it's a blunt.
I guess I should ask how secure it looks first before I decide whether to use the
looks pretty
shotgun.
secure, but I mean, you're gonna try to damage the machine at the very least, So give me 1d8 plus your damage bonus for the attack, for the damage.
Okay.
Do you have a damage bonus?
Yep.
No
Regular
whammies.
6 plus 8.
8 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Let's write this down as machine.
Well, I'm trying to get knock the cube out of the
Just
machine.
I
slide
know
it.
exactly what you're trying to do. Don't worry. Roll a percentile for me.
Yep. 96.
Okay. You bash it pretty good, but it doesn't break free.
God damn it.
Gerard and Belgrave, you guys go with the same initiative. What would you like to do?
I wanted to shoot the machine, but now Dunhampton is standing right next to it.
Shoot it anyway.
You only hit him if you fumble.
Okay, so I'll shoot the machine.
Okay, roll.
Let's see here. So I'm gonna do the 3 attack thing.
Wait, what's
Right, that's
your shooting skill at number?
55.
Okay, cool. So you
Oh,
only
no,
fumble
45.
45. You fumble on a 96 or higher.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll you shoot it 3 times. It's at disadvantage, right?
If you shoot it 3 times, you're gonna have a penalty die on all 3 shots. Yes.
Right. Okay. So let's see here. Roll 1. Well, that's a miss, anyways. Roll 2 is an odd 5. Odd 5 on both of them with a disadvantage. So that was a definite hit. That's an extreme success.
What kind of weapon are you using?
I'm using that handgun, the D10 plus 1.
Okay.
And that was a 17, so that's a success with the second roll. 17 again. That's interesting. So I hit twice.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
So your first one is at so maximum damage plus a roll. So what's the damage on your weapon?
Is 1d10 plus 1. So that's 11.
So it's 11 plus a d10 plus 1.
So it's 11 plus a d10 plus 1.
I believe so, yes.
So that's 21.
21 points of damage. So let's see here. It took 8 already, so plus 21 more. Okay, and the damage for your second roll?
Is 8.
Okay. Now roll percentile.
87.
Okay. Yeah, you damage it, but the gate is still forming. And the last to go is Gerard.
With his trusty shotgun.
Gonna use both barrels.
Okay, so
Shadow.
2 shots, disadvantage on each roll.
Yeah, I
Or, you know.
got 25 as my skill on it, so.
Okay.
Okay, what do we do?
Does
So,
he get point blank?
well, no, because he's not at point blank yet. Is he?
Surprised the skill hasn't gone up in
Oh.
that.
How big is this room?
Yeah, probably should have.
12 feet.
No, 1 inch equals 12 feet on the page. So he's definitely not in point blank range yet. No.
So D100, right? And
Yep.
I rolled an 86.
An 86. Okay, that's not a fumble. So you miss, but you don't hit August at least.
I
Roll
missed with a double-barreled shotgun standing 20 feet away. It's a terrible shot.
Roll your second.
Okay. Same thing, 63.
You rolled a penalty die on both, yeah?
What do you mean penalty die?
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind. I'll roll the penalty dice for you.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, neither one hits August, so. Okay.
That's why he's bad at shotgun. He hasn't used it very much.
A penalty die means you roll an extra d10 for your 10s die and you take the worst of the 2. So,
Gotcha.
but that's okay. Yeah. So you fire twice, but you don't do any significant damage to the machine. Your fire spreads and does insignificant damage. Now we go to the next. Let's see, enemies. Let's see, what is the. As this all goes on, then now you see the one standing near the wall that August pushed past to get behind the machine. In the shimmering field that the of light coming from the machine shining on the wall and the tunnel forming in the wall itself, you can see the possessing entity, the Kubian form, the worm-like, or eyeless slug-like thing anyway, superimposed over this human host. And you realize now that this is the Yakubian, the same thing that killed von Zorn, that killed Bidwell, etc. That's going to call for a sanity roll from all of you. Also, as the tunnel is now forming on the wall, at the far end of the tunnel, you can see more indistinct worm shapes shuffling towards this world.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Basic success.
I failed. Failed.
Okay, so for that failure, August, you lose 2 points.
Failed.
You succeed, so you lose none, Ruben, this time, which is good. Fail for Belgrave, you lose 4. Gerard,
Yeah.
fail. You
Yeah.
lose 1. Has anybody hit their threshold?
What's the threshold again?
20% of what you started with.
It's basically your magic number.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost 8 since coming in this room. Oh no,
Since
6.
coming
No, that's 6 because I lost 7. I lost 7.
Okay.
So when I had started with 30.
You started with 30?
Yeah.
And yes, roll a d10, please, for your bout of madness.
Yay. 6.
6, you faint.
Great.
You will wake up in 8 rounds.
Great.
Oh my god.
Shit.
I think if I've done the math correctly, Gerard is 1 point away from his threshold.
I'm on 30.
38.
Right
Yeah, you should be at 38 now. You're 1 point away from your threshold. Okay.
now.
Now,
I have
Is that
a
is
question.
that this? Sorry, go ahead.
it's basically since the last time you were in a safe, secure place. Since the last time you were not really under stress or pressure.
What I was going to ask is, what was the spell that I had learned from that book? Refresh me on that.
Imprison mind.
So I have nothing that would help right now.
Imprison mind, if you recall correctly, is to keep a extraterrestrial being, whatever, from changing bodies, etc. It imprisons it in the body it's currently in.
And that's not what's happening here. It's just coming over the gateway.
Well, there are some coming through the gateway, and there is the one right there that, that's
And what's
already
that?
in this earth.
Yeah, there's the guy I pushed past is
Mhm.
the host for the
Yeah.
Yakubian.
You figure this is the same one that killed von Zorn, it killed,
Okay, I'll cast a
They-
spell. I'll try the spell on him.
Okay, I'll let you do that on your turn. But first, I need another sanity roll from everybody as you see the approaching Yakubians coming down the tunnel.
Oh my god.
Luckily, I'm unconscious.
You are unconscious, so you don't have to roll it.
Ignorance is bliss. I succeeded on that one.
Okay, you lose 1 point on a success. Ruben?
They should have a box on your character sheet to because you can only mark one sanity level. You know what I mean? You should
Oh,
have
right,
mark
yeah.
your.
Well, I think once you've hit indefinite insanity, you're just indefinitely insane.
Um,
Are you indefinitely insane already?
No.
Okay, good. Because if you were, then 1 point is enough to trigger a
I
bout of
am
madness.
eminently sane, sir.
Okay, cool.
When do you hit temporary sanity? Is that what I'm at right now?
When you hit your 20%.
Okay, so I'm at that now.
Okay.
An indefinite happens when?
Oh, no, that is indefinite.
Okay. Oh, maybe this.
So temporary, I don't get it. Because I
I
have
don't.
temporary and indefinite. I don't know what one to check here. So indefinite is what I check, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think temporary is the effect when you first go insane, and like so um it lasts for a matter of rounds, but then after that wears off, then you're just indefinitely. You have an underlying insanity. That's your indefinite insanity
Got
afterwards.
it.
So I think they both happen kind of simultaneously, but the temporary insanity wears off in your case in 8 rounds. Because you fainted for 8 rounds.
Got it.
Okay, so
Um, because we've seen these guys before, don't we get less effect or something from them? Is that right?
only if you've lost maximum sanity from them.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Gerard, how did you do on your sanity roll? And Ruben too. I haven't heard from either one of them.
I was muted. He passed.
You pass, so you lose 1 point of sanity, and
All
you
right.
will roll another d10 for me for another bout of madness.
4.
4. Woo!
Weren't
You
you
go
unconscious?
into a spray. No, it was what was his effect?
Oh, Ruben. Okay.
He was amnesiac, but now he's also going to spring into a spree of violence.
He hates machines.
Doesn't work that way.
He's a lud. He's a
We'll come to
luddite.
that when you're round. You're in a spree of violence
He
for a round.
he hates machines
Technophobia.
Rob,
and
how
worm
did you do on your
and
sanity
worm
roll?
monsters.
29.
29?
Okay.
Is that a pass? So you lose 1 point
Yep.
of sanity. Roll a d10 for your bout of madness because you've now hit your threshold.
Three.
3. Wait, you rolled a 4, John?
Yes.
Sorry, you go into paranoia. You're going to be suffering severe paranoia for a round. Rob goes into a spree of violence.
Good.
Gerard, I
I'll be
should say.
the enemy.
Okay, now, top of the order. First is, I think, 75. Yeah? So, or 85. Ruben is first. You're paranoid. You can't do anything for, technically, for 3 more rounds because you got 2 more rounds, or 2 more rounds, I should say. You got 2 more rounds of your amnesia plus 1 round of severe paranoia. You probably just cower for the next couple of rounds. 75 is August. August, you are not insane
Well,
yet, so
no.
you may act
I'm the
normally.
new. I'm the new recruit. So,
You may act normally.
well, seeing as how finesse didn't seem to have much effect, I'm gonna empty a shotgun on the cube.
Point
I,
blank
I
range.
basically want to, yeah.
Okay.
So point blank range.
Yep. You get your bonus die for that.
Do I? So if I do both barrels, that gives me a
Then that
penalty
just
die.
balances it out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, you're even, flat even dice.
Sorry, let me just. I forget what my skill is.
But you're at point blank range. I tell you what. Yeah, just roll them anyway to see if you get crit or whatever or malfunction.
Oh well, I missed by 1 point, which I'll use a point of luck.
No. I'm just saying roll for criticals because you're gonna
Oh
hit.
well,
You're gonna hit.
I got an 04, so I got an impale as well.
Oh, nice. So you got a hit and then an impale.
Yeah.
Cool. So the hit does. Are you using what do you call it?
12 gauge, I'd say.
Yeah. So roll 46 damage.
46. 10. Sorry, one more. 16 on the first one.
16. Okay, so that brings it to this. Okay, and your second one does just straight 24.
Yep.
Okay, roll percentile for me.
51.
Okay. Now, let me see here.
Can I use luck?
No. You don't need to. You've destroyed the machine. Just we'll see exactly what happens. Right. So you blast it, and the cube goes flying from the machine. The machine is sparking and spraying steam and smoke all over the place. And suddenly, you see the kind of over image of the Yakubian over the man standing beside the machine get sucked into the tunnel. The glowing orb also gets sucked into the tunnel, and the tunnel basically implodes on itself, and all of a sudden it's just a wall again. The machine begins to explode. Yeah, the cube itself vanishes completely. Now, that was your turn. Let's see here. Who is next? Gerard. We have 1, 2, 3. Roll a percentile for me.
Do I have movement left?
Not generally. No, so you just took a double attack. I guess you could move a little bit. Yeah, where do you want to go?
Well,
Trying to
only
get
if it
away from
looks
the
like.
machine that's
Yeah,
exploding?
yeah.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
Rolled a 52.
52.
Yes.
Okay. Roll your attack roll on one of the nearby Shifan.
You mean as a gun, or if I wanted? There's not the guy's not there anymore that was getting possessed and all that stuff, right?
Oh, the guy's still there.
So can I cast a spell?
The alien intelligence is gone. No, you're in a spree of insane violence. You have to fire your shotgun. Roll to hit.
Okay, gotcha.
Did you reload the shotgun?
Did he totally unload it last time? Oh, he
Nice
did,
double
didn't he?
barrels. Double
He did, didn't
barrels.
he? All right, smack him with the shotgun then. Roll to hit.
Yeah, I rolled a 94. I'm sure I missed.
Oh, yeah, you do miss. Okay. Probably with all the sputtering smoke and the exploding machine right next to you would distract you. Okay. And who else gets an action this round? Belgrave, what would you like to do? Are you insane yet? You are, right? You're
I will
unconscious.
lie on the ground and
Okay.
foam gently at the mouth.
Let me see. Damage from the exploding machine. So, Augie, you are still moving and still sane. So, I'll give you a dodge roll to try and avoid massive damage from this exploding machine.
I rolled a 32. Let me just have a look here. Yep, success.
Okay.
It's 2 points off hard success if that's
No problem.
required.
So you managed to duck down, to dodge down, and get behind someone else. Whatever, you're not going to take any damage from the explosion. Ruben, roll percentile.
Just noting that you already put Ruben on the floor cowering, but here we go.
Yeah, he's still right next to the machine.
Yeah, no worries. I rolled a 57.
57. 5 plus 7 is 12. You take 12 points damage.
Woo!
How many hit points do you have?
12.
12? Okay. So severe wounds and potential dying. Roll a Constitution save, please.
Stand by.
Or a Constitution roll, I should say. Con roll.
Of all the times, an 03.
Okay. You
He has a
are
65
not dead,
con.
just dying.
Okay.
Belgrave, roll a percentile, please.
All right, let's see here. 96.
15 points of damage.
I'm dead. I only
Give
had
me
7.
Give me a Constitution roll. Oh, wait. You only had 7?
Yep.
Oh, you're dead. That's, yeah.
Damn.
That's outright dead. You're killed by the explosion. Gerard, roll percentile.
Wow.
3. Numeral
0,
3.
3. 10 plus 3 is 13. You take 13 points of damage.
Holy shit.
How many hit points did you have? You had fucking 5 hit points, didn't you? Yeah, you're dead. Okay. Next round. People are screaming and dying all around you. August, what do you do?
If I'm able to see Ruben, I would grab him and pull him around the like out of the room, around the
Yeah.
corner.
Let's let the dice
And see
decide.
if
Give
I
me a
can-
spot hidden roll. Because Ruben is lying there amongst like another what? There's 8 C-Fon, 9 C-Fon plus the others. So
74.
Ruben's a good-looking guy.
He's right near the door, though, right?
no, he's not. He's hurt by the machine.
No, because he wasn't within point blank.
No, yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah. I'll give you a bonus die.
I mean, I
I'll give you a
don't want
bonus
a
die.
lawyer
I'll
here,
give you a
but
bonus. No,
times
I'll
are
give you a bonus
desperate.
die. I'll give you a bonus die.
Okay. 7 again. Okay.
74.
So, let me just check if I can use luck to somehow. Probably
What's your
better to
spot
save
hidden
luck
roll?
first. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Or I mean, your spot hidden score.
50. So I would need,
You need
24
24.
luck. I guess so. Well, he could die next round, right?
He could
I
die
think
this
I
round.
think I at least owe him that much.
Spend 24 luck.
So, yep.
Cool. You see him. You rush to his side. Ruben, give me a Constitution roll.
Stand by. 1 second. Rolling. Oof. 48. Hold on.
I think that passes.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
show
still,
work on.
still a pass. He's got a 65.
You're still holding on. Still fighting for life. August runs up to your side.
Okay,
August, make a first aid roll to try to stabilize him.
Can I drag him away from the machine around the corner?
Well, you
First?
can, but then he's gonna have to make another con roll to survive.
But well, he could. Is this machine threatening to blow up even more, or has it actually
No,
exploded?
the bulk of it has exploded already. It's just smoking
Okay.
and sputtering now. I'm only gonna make the 1 damage roll. That's bad enough.
Shit, man. Okay, I rolled a 50.
Okay.
My first aid is 40,
Do you want to
but
spend
I
10
only
more
have
luck?
9. I only have 9 luck left.
Okay, give me a Constitution roll, Ruben.
Stand by. 64.
What's your
And
con?
he has a, yeah, I think he had a 65. 65, yeah, 65.
Okay.
He
So
just
holding on
made
for
it.
another round.
Shit.
I'll give you another chance, August.
Jesus Christ.
You're
Okay.
basically you're just trying to save his life
11.
now.
Yeah, 11.
You stabilize him.
Success. Are the C-Fan still running around? Like, is there any other?
Some of them are like 4 or 5 of them are dead. A few of them are running away, screaming, trying to get the hell out. But they're probably all gonna die. They're all fucked up.
I guess I drag him out of here, and so he's not going to get accidentally stepped on, or and
Yeah.
guess I got to sort of hope for the Scotland Yard to show up.
Oh yeah, they were only probably 5 minutes away.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have used my luck? Because I had 10 luck.
10 luck for what?
For, it
For
to
the
stick.
damage you took?
Yeah.
No, you can't roll luck on damage.
Oh,
You can't spend luck
okay.
on damage. No, sorry. If it's a Constitution roll, yes, but you took 13 points of damage. You only had 5 hit points, so you were
Yeah.
outright. You were killed outright. Sorry.
That's fine. I just wanted to try
No, it was a
everything
good try. It was a good try. It was a fair question, I should say. A good try. It was a fair question. But no, you took almost triple your hit points and damage. So Scotland Yard does show up just to kind of arrest whatever C-Fon are present at the time. What's his name? Li Hofuk is long gone, nowhere to be found. Neither is Guanglun. But they arrest quite a few other C-Fon and other Chinese who may just be customers, but they don't know. They will find the bodies in the basement. They will find Belgrave and Gerard.
A couple of things. So between the time when I stabilized Reuben and Scotland Yard arrives, I would double check that the cube is not somewhere in the room.
It's nowhere to be found.
Okay.
It
Well, I'll just have
disappeared
to
after
leave
the
it then.
machine exploded. The same as the Yakubian entities.
In which case, I would probably bring out the bodies
Sorry.
of the honorable dead. What's that?
I apologize. I just laughed at Belgrave's comment in the chat. I don't know why it made me laugh. It just did. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, their bodies are far from unrecognizable. Um, you can definitely recover them, and they would be
Put a
able to
sheet over them.
give proper care post mortem.
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted
Now,
to I would have double checked for the cube. That was all.
yeah, the cube definitely is gone. Nowhere to be
Mhm.
found. It's a big mess for Scotland Yard to clean up, but they're like they see it just as a positive anyway. I mean, who died? Okay, a couple of armchair detectives died, but
Well,
also took out a whole bunch of Seafon thugs, took out their headquarters. You know,
mm.
they don't know about this
and
alien invasion business, but
well,
you stopped an
I'll
alien
probably
invasion.
try and with the wink and a nod, I'll try and pass off this machine as some kind of explosive device to Mulver Hill, so Scotland Yard can have thwarted
Sure.
some kind of.
Nice. Yeah, I was going
Yeah,
to type
that's
that
a great
exact
idea.
same
Yeah,
thing.
some
Good
kind of
call.
Seafon weapon they were developing. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm, excellent. Now, rewards and penalties. Ruben and August both survived, and you did stop an alien invasion. You get to roll 2d8 each, please.
Do you want them as D8s or a combined number?
A combined number, 2d8 total.
11.
You gain 11
13.
sanity points. You gain 13 sanity points.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Back.
It doesn't
Can that
cure
go?
any of your underlying insanities. That's going to require therapy, but yeah.
Sure, of course.
Can that go over your original maximum?
Yeah, you can go up to your maximum, which is 99 minus your control
99,
ethos.
right?
You can definitely go over your starting point.
Nice.
Also, you did cooperate with police throughout the scenario, so roll 1d6.
3.
You gain 3 credit rating.
Oh, cool.
5.
You gain 5 credit rating. That's for cooperating with the police and gaining the respect and friendship of Scotland Yard, etc. And in this case, specifically, investigator Mulverhill and Cleveland and whoever Cleveland's assistant was. I can't remember his name right now, but also roll another d4 because you did defuse the Freemason issue and revealed that Bidwell was not Jack the Ripper.
That's just for
2.
him, right?
No, it's for both of you.
What did you say to roll? I'm sorry.
1d4.
2.
1.
You gain that many more credit rating for
Okay.
the subtle influence of the Masons in your favor. And yeah, that's it for rewards. That's all of them. So Ruben, you still have that underlying insanity, right? The paranoia and
Right.
jealousy with. Did you ever figure out her first name?
My love.
I have it here somewhere. I just gotta find her. Let's go to
The future
Hudson
Miss
Brand.
Reuben Carmichael.
Perhaps, yeah, very, very, very possibly. Gertrude Forby. Gertrude Forby.
Yeah, Gertrude. Soon we get rid of Gertie. Soon as we get rid of Junior there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Loyal should go ahead and just
So despite
dispose of him.
the mess, you ultimately gained favor with Scotland Yard and the police. You gained favor with the Masons, both as members and not as members. You did stop the alien invasion, and you also lost 2 of your dear friends.
And
Imagine Namdek isn't
favor with
displeased
Namdek as well.
Yeah,
Right.
true enough. Yeah, Namdek probably would be pretty happy with the blow to the C5. Yes, but that will
So
come
he
into the
lost.
play.
He lost favor with us, or with me anyway.
Well, it was last minute notice. It's got an
We'll
empire
say.
to run.
Pour one out for the departed. I'm not going to literally pour my beer on the ground. I'll pour it in my gullet though for Belgrave and Gerard.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I like both. I like both of those characters.
I had so
Yeah.
many check boxes marked off to level up skills on too.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh,
Nah.
just rub salt in the wound. That is the end of the Eyes of a Stranger. So yeah, I will. As soon as I find my thing here, I will stop the recording. There we go.